Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you, too! Hello, everyone.
What's up, everybody? It's good to see you. Oh, it's perfect timing.
Phil, De Leon, Herstosson, Hernandez, Hutt, Krikorian, Lee, McOsker, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky. 12 members present in a quorum, Mr. President.
Perfect
First
timing.
order of business.
Oh,
Approval
boy.
of the minutes of
Good to
October
see you, everybody.
25th, 2024.
Councilmember Blumenfield moves.
Good,
Councilmember
Dan.
Padilla
Let's go
seconds.
Dodgers.
Combinatory resolutions for approval.
Maybe they can win tonight. Who
Soto
knows?
Martinez moves. Councilmember Park seconds. Next.
Mr. President, today is Tuesday, and it's time for the flag salute.
All right, I'll ask everybody to rise, and we'll follow Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
I heard him mention my name. I didn't hear him say
Thank you,
S
Council
and S,
President.
John.
If you are able to stand, please do so.
Shout out
Place
to
your
my
right
bro,
hand over
Be
your
Real.
heart. Ready,
That was very
begin.
nice of him. I heard him say the whole thing about my name.
And to the republic for which it stands.
You know, that's a true story, too, you know. What he told K-Rock is funny because it's true. You know, for years they had the Haunted Hill show in New York, and I have nothing against New York. Beautiful place, beautiful people. It's just I felt it was almost unfair that the people in L.A. didn't get one. You know, and they're born and raised here. They're born and raised in L.A., all of them basically. So I felt like it wasn't doing us just due. So I kept bothering him. I would bitch at him all the time. I would bitch at him. I'm not gonna lie. So all the bitching, all the fucking, hey, you see that?
All right,
Got
Mr.
to him.
Lee.
So finally, he went and, asked his people to get it all going so we here could have a show, the same show they have on the East Coast at Governor's Island that they do every year. And here we are. So you're welcome. I'm just kidding. Enjoy the show if you're going to go, everybody, man. You'll have a good time.
And THPs submitted and approved.
Yeah, I didn't hear
in
him
the
say
last
anything
2
about
years.
smoking scan.
H, the number of substantial remodels completed under the THPs. I, the number of primary renovation cost recovery requests
neighbor
submitted
guy,
and
it's right
granted
here.
in the last 2
There's
years.
the link right there.
And
You can
J,
click
the
that
number of
link. Let me
THPs
pin it to
withdrawn
the
or
top.
completed within the last 2 years. And to be
Gro-
clear, those are additional reports.
Fucking, what's his name's
those
here?
issues.
Fucking, not Grote. I don't even remember
All right,
his
Mr.
name
Lee, is there a
anymore.
second?
The real city attorney here.
Mr. Blumenfield, thank you.
Councilmember Blumenfield. All right.
What's his name again?
Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Forget his
Thank
name.
you. I also have an amendment to item number 11 that the city attorney has.
YouTube got you again. Yeah, because I
So
put
the amendment
Clowncil in
is
the
that
title.
Item be amended to read, and this is for request. or
God, why am I
Four,
forgetting his name?
Request the city attorney to
I'm literally
draft
trying to
and
remember his
transmit
name
an
right now.
interim control ordinance, ICO, in order to temporarily
Grote is the
remove
Asian
eviction
dude.
process
He is?
from municipal code section 165.03.
He's the original city attorney.
Until
Why
June
can't I think of
1st,
his name right now?
2025, or an additional.
Try to tell me what, Turtle?
When a permanent ordinance is enacted, whichever comes first. And
What does
that
my
the
shirt say? I
ICO
could shit a
includes
better
an
president?
urgency clause making it
I could
effective
literally
upon
take a shit
publication.
and give you a better
Do
president.
we have a second or two on that?
Favel.
So that
Thank
is,
you, Randy. Favel.
Councilmember Blumenfield as well. All right. Next,
Favel.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
Yeah, just so you know, Kurt, that ain't me. Because
Thank
again,
you.
if
Item,
I do it, you
29
never
for
come back.
questions. We're going to hold that on the desk.
Okay.
It's all you
Mr.
two, baby.
Price.
Mr. President,
I mean, look how low the numbers are right now. We should have at least 500 people.
Item 11.
Got not even 100 or 200, maybe.
Item 11.
All right. Item 11 for Councilmember Price. All right. What's next?
And you guys notice that you never have that problem on any other channel, right? Do you guys notice that? Just want to document these things, so in case I have to, go after them legally. It's one thing just to say, hey, you can't do your show here. I'm all right with that, but you keep me here and then you do that and you take 30% of the money, isn't fair.
All right. Is that?
It's not fair.
We need a second for that.
It hasn't been introduced
So,
yet,
Mark-
but I wanted to make sure it was on the record for the public. Will be an amending motion, as I understand it.
So, right, Chrome? See, that's what I'm saying. And you know it's not me. My hands are right here. You can see my hands. I'm not doing it.
All right.
Can't do it
What's
telepathically.
next?
Stinks ain't doing it. He's walking around over there in the room.
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10.
Okay, before we vote, Councilmember Rahman.
Dieter,
I
no.
believe we have a motion, an amendment on item 2, which the
Hi,
city
Terry.
attorney
Good morning.
has.
Yes, so the motion for item 2 is to adopt
Morning,
the following.
BJ.
One, determine
Morning,
that
Sky.
the issuance of a liquor license at Target located at 2709 through 2763 North Sepulveda Boulevard.
Now we need to
will
sell
serve
liquor at Target.
Public convenience or necessity and will not tend to create
Yes.
an enforcement problem.
Because there's not enough
Grant the
liquor
application
stores
for
for people to go get
determination of
alcohol.
convenience or
Target
necessity
needs
for
to
the
get an
sale of
alcohol
alcoholic
license so
beverages
they can sell
for
shit too.
off-site
Got it.
consumption at 2709 through, 5709
Ah,
through
yeah.
5763 North Sepulveda Boulevard. And finally, 3, instruct the city clerk to transmit this determination to the State Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control as required findings under Business and Professions Code Section 23958.4.
Me too, Jeremiah.
Do we have a second for that, Councilwoman?
Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Thank you.
You like the venue? There's a lot of nice
All right,
places.
what's next?
Little venues like that catch them.
Oh,
Catch some
McCusker?
good bands there.
Councilmember McCusker?
Thank you very much, Mr. President. On item 8, I would like to speak briefly to
up,
this
Dead
candidate
Mike?
who is here today. She has been through committee very successfully and very well qualified candidate. But can I speak very briefly to Ms.
What's up,
Advocacy?
Jedi? It's
Let me
National
get through
Cat Day?
specials, and then we're going to do that next before public comment.
Very good, thank
All
you.
right?
Oh, there
Any
you go.
other specials? All right. So we will not hold a vote now on item number 8, but we'll begin with our public safety chair. I want to call up our
great.
deputy mayor of public safety. We have the head of our police commission as
The
well
head
as
asshole.
our nominee. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm totally mixed up.
Of course
I'm
you
totally
are.
mixed up. I'm on
You don't know what the
29.
fuck you're doing.
You're on
What
8.
a shocker.
But let's do 29 now, and then we'll come
What
to
a
8.
shocker.
Councilmember
You don't know how the
Rodriguez.
reading works
So
and
we'd
goes.
like to,
What a shocker.
invite to join us at the table, Ms.
Oh,
Teresa
fucking
Sanchez-Gordon.
Meg.
Shut up, Meg.
Nomination for Police Commission.
Shut up, Meg. Shut up, Meg.
Gotta hear it one more time.
Shut up, Meg.
That's the best.
Good morning. Thank
Shut
you
up,
for joining us.
Meg.
And so, colleagues, due to just timing and scheduling
Shut up,
issues, we
Meg.
have a lot, as we all know, occurring in the area of public safety in the city of Los Angeles. This afternoon, we will be hearing from the mayor's selected.
Yeah, she's
nominee
wearing one of
for
those.
chief
What
of
are those
police.
things that you wear
And
at home?
so,
It's like a
given
blanket,
number of the
but you
scheduling
can wear it.
challenges, we have waived
Like a
Ms.
wearable
Sanchez
blanket?
Gordon to out of
A
committee
Snuggie.
to
There it is.
have
Thank you,
the
perfect
hearing with
cracker.
all of you this morning.
She's wearing a
so,
Snuggie.
Thank you so much for joining us. I had an opportunity to visit briefly with Ms. Sanchez Gordon previously in my office to talk a little bit about the demands
Oh, well, Dead
obviously,
Mike.
of this
Oh, well.
of this appointment. I know as Mr. T.
I get called a racist and a bigot all the time, so I might as well live up to it then.
Has joined us here from the Police Commission to do the job. You need at least 40 hours a week to do it well. You need about 80.
That's it, Jacob.
And so we want
Maybe
to
the
thank
Dodgers
you
can win
for,
tonight. Who knows? We'll see.
for accepting this
We'll see.
nomination and for the mayor advancing you in this process. Do you want to first begin by providing my colleagues a bit of an
King
introduction
Loaf is
about
here, that's
your
right.
history and background and
Ay,
your
ay,
interest
ay.
in serving in this particular role?
Thank you, Councilman Rodriguez.
The
It's an
Snuggies
honor
sold
to
well. A
present
lot of people
you.
bought them.
You want to pull the mic
Campers
closer.
and
There you go.
shit.
Thank you. I want to thank you, first of all, for your support and for
I don't know who
giving me
Katie
this
Hobbs is,
opportunity.
otherwise I'd answer
I
the
want to
question.
also thank the mayor, Karen Bass, for her confidence in me
Shut up, Meg.
and her and this appointment. I want to thank each and every one of you in the council and for your time and your consideration. Go Dodgers. This is so amazing. All right, so I'm not going to take
We
up
ain't
too
won
much
anything
of your time,
yet.
but
Relax.
I do want you, for those that I wasn't able to meet with personally, I want to give you a little background of myself. And I like to say that I'm a girl from East LA. But going back a little bit more,
But it's not
I'm an
true. I'm really
immigrant
from Beverly
child that
Hills.
came to this country with my mother and my 2 younger siblings. We crossed the border when I was 3 years old, and we made Los Angeles our city and our community. I spent my formative years in East LA. I attended the schools there. I'm a Catholic schoolgirl. I went to
yeah. I knew it kind of
Our Lady of
sounded
Soledad.
familiar.
I went to Sacred Heart of Jesus, and I went to Immaculate Heart College. My dad was a butcher.
Well, she went to
He
Immaculate
was a
Heart.
member, a loyal member
It's got to
of
be a
Local
girl, because I'm pretty
770.
sure only
My
girls
mother,
can go to
she was
Immaculate
a
Heart.
mother, a housewife,
Pretty sure.
an activist,
That's the school
and a
that
volunteer
Katy Perry
in her
wanted to buy.
community. She had 11 children. I am the eldest of those
Or
children.
something like that. Some land that they own.
She really
something
is
like
my
that.
inspiration and my role model, and I think she has guided me here to this day. Her focus, her family focus, along with my dad, was education and our Catholic values. Those were of
What's up,
most
Aunt Esther?
importance.
Morning.
I am the first to attend college
Think
and
she does a lot of
graduate
Botox?
from Immaculate Heart College. I became a school teacher, and I recall
You know who does a lot of Botox is Fat
professors
Joe.
at the college would say, when you
Bro, when he
graduate,
came out,
you're going to be making more money
just
than
looked
your
weird.
dad has ever made.
couldn't
as a
stop
school
staring at
teacher
his
for LA
face.
Unified School District, and that was true. I attended
right,
law
everybody.
school in the evening. I married a lawyer who had every morning fascinating stories with his dad.
Went and found you
who
a
was
rich
also,
dude,
was
huh?
also a lawyer, and that encouraged me to have an interest in law school. I met my husband. I was 17 years old, and I've been with him since then. We raised our children.
How old is he? I want to
We
know how
are
old your
a
husband
blended
is.
family.
You
We
were
are a black
17. How old is
family
he?
And a Mexican family.
How old? I want to know.
I've lived in the black community. I lived by Crenshaw High School
Oh,
on 8th Avenue.
okay, so she's a Kamala
I now live
Harris
in Silver Lake.
/ Biden.
While in law
I
school,
lived in
I
impoverished
worked as a
areas.
substitute
I
teacher,
came here with
and
nothing.
then I worked in nonprofit legal services. My primary focus was immigration defense.
How is telling me that you live in a
trying
black
to
neighborhood tell me anything
participate
about you?
in activities that really focus
What does
on
that
the
mean? What are
immigrant
you telling me when you
community
tell me
during
that?
the massive factory raids here in Los Angeles. It was during that time that I was arrested for a civil disobedience with Father Greg Boyle and 10 other people as we chained ourselves to the fence, to the gate of INS, ICE.
And then they cut the
That
fence
was
and
my
moved you.
first encounter with law enforcement. I was then hired by the LA County Federation of Labor
Remember, she locked herself to a
and
fence
directed
for a
the
good
Immigrant
cause.
Rights and Defense Project. Our goal was to
this
legalize
is a whole
and
backpatting.
organize
That's all this
immigrant
is.
workers during the period of IRCA, the Immigration Reform and Control Act.
Is
At
she
that
not
time,
married
I
anymore? Why
also,
does it say Miss?
Participated in a civil disobedience and
Why
was
does it say
arrested
Miss?
again. This time with
Shouldn't it say
Senator
Mrs.?
Maria Elena Durazo and at that time Executive Director Bill Robertson of the Federation at one of the local hotels here
What's up, Christina?
in support of workers' rights.
Yeah, she's really brave.
I left the Federation and was hired at the Federal Public Defender's Office.
Maybe
one block
Aaron
from
Judge is
here
more
at
clutch,
the
dead
US
Mike.
Courthouse, and spent 5 years there. And it was one
Can't
of
even
my
hit his
most
weight.
interesting jobs that I've ever had. It was during the height of the bank robbery epidemic here in Los Angeles. While there, I was encouraged to run by the only Latina Court of Appeal Justice, Ramona Godoy Perez, who walked up to me and said, Teresa, you should run for judge at an open seat
Teresa,
at
that's
the East
Terry.
LA Municipal Court. I didn't know what she was talking about, but I said, okay. And that moment led me to really where I am now. I ran in an open seat against
all right,
two
BJ.
opponents.
I feel like
won,
that's not a
and
nice
with
thing, though,
all
is it?
honor and respect, I became the first Mexican-American woman to preside at the East LA Municipal
I mean, same with the
Court.
hyphen.
It
She
is a
couldn't take her
courthouse
husband's
that
last
is very
name. She couldn't be
important to
Teresa
my
Gordon.
family,
She had the
because
Teresa
not only
Sanchez
does the
Gordon.
courthouse, not only is the courthouse there, but there was a library, there was the Roy Ball Clinic, there was a plunge, there was a community center. It was all an area that my family was very much involved in and visited very, very often. So to preside there become the presiding judge of
Well,
that
wouldn't it be
court
the
was a
latter?
great honor for me.
H7? I always remember
as a judge, I
when
was
most
very
women
active,
are married.
in statewide
It's
judicial
the last one.
Projects,
Right?
Judicial training. I taught at the judicial training school in
Well, I get
in
that if you're
Berkeley.
divorced,
I
Terry.
taught ethics.
She's
taught
over here telling me
access
how
to
awesome her
justice.
husband is
I've
and
been
this, that, and the
very
other.
involved with my
I
court.
figured if
also
I
formed,
was divorced, I wouldn't
the
talk
very
about my
first group of
ex-husband at
judges
all.
from California,
my
primarily
ex.
from Los Angeles, to visit Mexico. Less than 200 miles away, it was important for me for my colleagues in the court of California
Ambiguous.
to know who their litigants,
I'm guessing because
the
she wants to be on the
defendants,
police commission.
were, and to go to Mexico and visit
wants
with
to
our
be on the-
colleagues, our judicial
on the
colleagues
board of
there,
police commissioners, I
to
guess.
learn about the culture, to see the people, to eat their food, to drink their tequila, to everything, to really know that these are people that come from a great culture, family values, and that we're
them
all
drinking
not
tequila have anything to
drunks
do with them
or
being good?
child abusers or molesters or have diseases, that we are human beings and that we come from a wonderful culture.
Borracho.
And they came back as ambassadors of for the moment and talked about their great experience with their colleagues. It meant a lot to me. I've also served on nonprofits. I've served on the Proyecto Pastoral at Dolores Mission. I've also
This is all
been a
backpatting.
member of
This
the
is just
board
her
of the
patting her back, telling you
Mexican-American
all the
Opportunity
awesome shit she's
Foundation,
done and
I'm
what-
currently
how
on the
awesome she
board
thinks
of
she is.
Ultimate Health
what it is.
Foundation. I was one of the founders of the Latina Lawyers Bar Association. It's the only Latina bar association in the country. We just celebrated our 24th year. After 20 years on the bench and serving 18 years of those at the Stanley Moss Courthouse, dealing with high-profile civil cases and an extremely busy caseload, I retired and wanted to live my best life, traveling, doing the things that I put aside for quite some time. But then COVID hit.
No, they
The
don't,
Chief
Danielle.
Justice was requesting that some retired judges come back and help with the backlog, and I volunteered.
Nobody,
I am
Bobby.
currently sitting on assignment
But her.
at the U.S. Courthouse, which is run also by the LA Superior Court, and I'm
on page 7.
in the assignment of a civil
It's El Salvador.
settlement court judge. So now,
One inmate critical,
I sit
6
here
in
before you,
serious
and I'm very
condition after
honored,
substance
to be
exposure at
considered
downtown
for the
jail.
LAPD Commission. My
Who's
life
getting high in
experience
jail?
in the city of LA,
Boy.
my upbringing, my biracial blended family, my values, my judicial career have all contributed
Pretty much,
to
Stingy.
this moment. I believe in the rule of law, in equal
up, Mateo?
justice, and fairness, and I look forward to serving the city. Thank you.
Thank you.
With her fucking
So
Chanel
thank you for
fucking
your
bracelet,
very comprehensive introduction
pearl
into
necklace.
all
I
of
know
the
she's
roles that
so
you've
poor living in the
played civically,
black
professionally,
neighborhood. Whatever that
personally.
means. I don't
I
even
think it
understand
gives
what you're
proper
trying to tell me.
context,
What are you trying to
for
tell me?
the
That's what I
role
would have stopped
that,
all the things. And
you're,
what are you trying to tell me by that?
Nominated to embark upon. And as the primary policymaking board
Shut up, Meg.
for this, this Citizens Oversight Committee is
Shut up,
one
Meg.
of
You
the
don't
most
matter.
important critical roles of our city structure, particularly with respect to a department which so many residents in their moments of need and crisis,
they'll be going
or
back to her, Bobby.
whatever the circumstances might call on these officers to respond.
Well, even if
This
her
is a
husband is
policymaking
black,
body
what does that
provides,
prove to me?
Tremendous oversight,
By you
has,
having a black
tremendous,
husband and then you
power,
telling me
in
about
this
it,
role.
what
And so I
does
wanna
that
thank you
prove to me?
for giving
What are you
that
telling
very,
me about yourself?
comprehensive context. How do you see the Board of Police Commissioners' role?
How does that
in
make any
promoting
difference
police
about you being on the
accountability
police
and
commission?
transparency?
Well, I see it as an extensive and complete and full-time
she's scared, Dead
role
Mike.
in not only
She's frightened of a lot of things. Because she
policy
can't be
and
scripted.
procedure, but
That's
very
why.
much involved.
No one's going to sit in that room with her. She's going to be there for 3 hours. Joe Rogan doesn't do half an hour interviews. True, he cuts pieces of a 3 hour up and puts a half hour, 10 minutes, 12 minutes up. He does do that. But it's 30 minutes. I mean, it's 3 hours of hot seat. She'll never survive.
I know it's
her campaign, if it as bad as it is now, will be way worse if she went on Rogan, and she knows.
There are many issues from recruitment to abuse,
she's got nothing to say, but the orange guy's bad. That's what she's running on. Orange dude bad.
Issues, all these issues that are so important
all she got.
To the city, to
the only weapon
department, and to the community. I see it. I see my participation, my part in all this as a contributing factor in making it one that our city can be proud of.
You think she's had facial surgery?
Proud of, and the
everybody
police
says Botox.
Can be proud of as well. So I look forward to working.
I don't know if Botox is considered surgery.
In all of those aspects.
Maybe facial enhancement. I don't know.
You know, over the past year, this council has engaged in-depth conversations, as I know
That's
the
it,
commission
Jamie.
has.
Meanwhile, she dressed up like Hitler over the weekend.
Several motions that have been introduced
and literally did one of her rallies
around the area of police
same brown suit almost
and
to the
looking
T.
at the overall disciplinary system with the department. How do you envision the accountability for LAPD and for misconduct
Think she's got
and
facelift?
policy violations?
So her face would look worse than it already does? Is what you're telling me?
I think that the issue of accountability and the disciplinary process, again, is comprehensive. It needs a comprehensive review.
Face by Peterbilt? She got a face for radio, that's for sure.
It's
all right, everybody.
The entire system, the entire disciplinary system. And I know that there have been discussions with council, the mayor, other stakeholders in the city regarding this comprehensive review.
It's been a good ride.
And I think that the engagement of police officers
I'm all right, Lewis. How are you?
is essential. I've heard during my ride-along and during my visits to Rampart Station and Northeast Station, which is my station in my neighborhood, this was definitely a topic of importance for them. I think that there has to be whatever review process is being engaged in. It has
like
to
if you
be
look at her face, like the skin on her face, and then look at the skin on her chest,
there has to
completely different.
Due process.
It's so white and shiny up top, and it's just normal here.
The tools
this is what she should look
out
like
there
here, not
to
here.
de-escalate situations where use of force does not have to be implemented. And I think within the realm of policies, we look at the use of the body cameras.
She had a Mexicali facelift? What's the difference, Terry?
Try to
do something
get
special
into
down there?
quick respond mode once the incidents occur. And I think that in of itself will limit this liability that the city has incurred, is incurring, and probably will continue to incur. I'm a strong opponent
chemical
at trying
appeal?
to
What the hell's a chemical
resolve
peel?
those issues in a way where it doesn't
putting chemicals on your
continue to
face?
impact our city
Cheap
financially.
facelift.
Thank you.
Man, you only got one face in this life. The last thing I'm going to do is cheap out on it.
Rodriguez, and thank you.
Go to Tijuana and get it done.
For your willingness to serve and the service.
It's one thing
that
to have a
you've
bad
already
tooth
done,
and get that
and
fixed
we
or
look
something.
forward to seeing you in the seat at our police
I don't
commission.
know,
Thank you
man.
so much.
Thank you.
All right. So we have a couple more items, and then we have to take public comment, and then we'll come back and vote later in the meeting. So
sounds good to
you're
me.
you're good now. You should enjoy the public comment. Now I'm gonna shift gears to item
hopefully
number
they
8,
tear into her having to
and
listen
call
to how
on,
fucking
Councilmember McCosker.
how awesome she is according to her.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Item number 8 has had a public hearing, and I want to thank my colleague, Eunice Hernandez, for conducting that hearing. I understand it went very well, but I wanted to speak to Yvette Smith, speak to her attributes also, and speak to her. who is a Harbor area
Don't
resident.
come in here spreading lies, Doug. You'll get thrown the fuck
Has been put
out.
up by the mayor, and I appreciate that very much.
Never
as
said that one
the
time.
Commissioner for
If I see
Animal
you put
Services.
one more lie up,
She has
you're
3
gone
decades of
forever.
experience in this.
So be careful what
She
you put
has
up, Doug
an
Perry.
impeccable record of having worked for multiple jurisdictions.
Otherwise,
in the-
just have the nuts
in
and guts,
for
have the balls,
SPCA,
and do it
for
again.
the City of Redondo Beach, and for
I
our
bet you won't.
jurisdiction For nearly 2 decades.
Bet you won't, Doug.
She is a person who has
Sam,
been
let's
important
go.
to me
Let's
personally.
come in.
She's taken
Sam,
the opportunity
let's
as
go.
a board to advise me on issues involving animal services and the proper care of our animals and also the proper running of our department.
Position of authority and
She
credibility
could
is more
not be
dangerous than
a
walking
better
through the
qualified
North Korean
candidate.
minefield.
And I'm appreciative to the mayor for her recommendation, and I'm appreciative to the committee for her recommendation to us.
Thank you,
and
Lat.
I will, of course, urge an aye vote.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kosker. Thank you so much for being with
I'm
us
waiting,
today.
Doug.
Now we
Have the
will,
balls. Show me your balls,
Mr.
dog.
Clerk,
Show me your
What
balls.
items are available?
Don't be a typical pussy Democrat.
Councilmember Hernandez.
Show me your balls.
Council President, and yes, very excited for your appointment, Yvette. Thank
Show me
you
'em.
so much for your decades of
See if you got
dedication.
balls.
I look forward to seeing how we can keep working together to get to the solutions, right, and implement the solutions. But
What's up,
you
Seth?
are
How are you,
here
buddy?
doing this work, and it takes a
Morgan.
lot of love to keep coming back
revealed
because,
that one of the
like we
ones
talked about,
taken
going into those
Achilles'
shelters,
heels and
I
neck
usually come out
chest.
crying
Oh, Damon,
because
play with
just the number
fire
of
now.
animals, the conditions, and the staff. So
I learned the hard
I'm
way.
excited to
Hey,
have you there.
Raggedy
It
Man.
was great to have you there with my colleague, Councilmember Lee, and Neighborhood and Community
Fucking
Enrichment.
raggedy man. Thank you.
And Council President, I would like to add, I have an amendment for item
I don't
number
know about
34.
brown
I
and
believe the
green
city
on her,
attorney has
guys.
it. Can it please be read into the record? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if those are her.
Yes.
Her,
This was
awesome
the
colors.
contract, the correction of contract number. So for item 34, instruction number 1, the language is the same until we get to the very end, and then it should say contract number.
You reading that chat room, Doug?
145927.
That's hundreds of people calling you out. Well, maybe not hundreds, probably 50 or so.
Mr. McCosker?
All calling you out at the same time.
All right.
And just that room.
Councilmember
Not including the
Rodriguez.
others that you're not in.
I just wanted to echo, and Yvette, thank you for agreeing to serve on this commission. It's a tough job. I would say next to the police commission, probably the
Crickets
second
from the
toughest
Democrat.
job in the city. And
Nothing but
I just want to say
crickets.
thank you. I know what a challenging environment it is right now, grappling with a number of issues with animal services, but you know, in my district, we do a great deal of work with animal services, particularly around the area of emergency
Goes to show you
evacuations.
guys how much the
And
Democrats
just
love
other
being
efforts,
around the
and
Republicans.
Look forward to working with you and speaking with you about some of the priority needs.
Or the
as we
bipartisan.
lean in on some very difficult, continue.
They
to be
liked
difficult
hanging out with their
financial
own group,
times,
they'd be
but
there.
We have to really do.
Guarantee you the
our best
view's
part
on or
in
something.
making sure that we're taking care
Why
of,
aren't you watching the view, bro?
animals that so often don't have some of the strongest voices in the
Isn't there a
room.
replay of the view? You
thank
gotta
so
miss
much
one
for
of them.
being here as well.
I'm surprised you ain't watching
Thank you
a
so
replay.
much, Councilmember. All right.
Why don't you watch The
What
View when they had
items
Donald
are
Trump on and
available
every
for
one of them gave him a hugging and
vote on
kiss,
this?
including Whoopi Goldberg and Joy
President, the
Behar?
council may now vote on items
Why don't you
5,
watch that
6,
one?
8,
Do you remember
9,
that
and
one? Do you remember when
All
they
right.
brought Donald
5,
Trump
6,
on
7,
and
8,
loved
9,
him?
10. Those
Gave him
items are
hugs
now
and
before us. Let's
kisses?
open the roll.
Our introduced him as our friend, Donald Trump.
All right, those items are now before us.
And if you think
Let's
I'm
open the
lying,
roll,
Google it.
close the
Go
roll,
find it.
Tabulate the vote.
And he hugged him. He kissed him. They all loved him
All right,
when he was a
13 ayes.
Democrat.
All right, what's next?
Good. Hopefully he does, Mrs. H.
Item 11, call special
Hopefully
by
he does.
Councilmember Price for recusal, as amended by.
At least he gets something done
motions
today.
Lee Blumenfield and Yaroslavsky Blumenfield.
Do we need votes on those amendments? Yeah.
Yeah, they
right,
may,
I
Doug.
believe it's,
That may not be a lie,
the shared
Doug, but we don't give a
opinion of
fuck
the chair
about
and the
them,
city attorney that we
you,
should open public
or the
comment on
Democrats.
those, amendments, as they were quite substantial. So what's next?
Mr.
Notice you
President,
ain't
the
lying
council
no
may now
more.
proceed to public comment.
Got
All right,
him.
let's read the rules and instructions.
Got him
for
by the
public
balls,
comment,
ladies and gentlemen.
and, proceed with public comment.
Thank you, Mr. President.
He's
As
talking,
indicated on the agenda,
but he ain't
members of the
lying.
public wishing to offer public comment should call 669-254.
You wanna call in? There you go. There's your chance.
ID number 160-535-8466 and then press pound.
I think everybody
Then
does,
press
Dead
pound
Mike.
again when prompted for participant
Anything
ID.
before
Once admitted
2019 would
into
be
the
better.
press star 9 to
Anything.
request to speak. When it is
Anything.
your turn to speak, and not
We have
admitted
had
to
5
press
years of
star
shit.
6 to mute. Let me repeat.
In a
Call
row.
669
Starting from 2019.
5252 and use meeting ID.
I highly doubt 2025 is going to be any better. I'm just going to break that news to you right now, in case you didn't know, but I'm sure you did.
Participant ID.
You're no dummy.
To the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an
Let me get
automated
some
Zoom
coffee.
voice will ask you to press star 6
Look
to
at old
unmute.
Stinkums over there.
To people providing public comment, when it's your turn to speak, either at the podium
Sleeping
or on
under the
phone,
table.
please state which of the agenda items
got himself
you'd
a
like
new
to
spot.
speak to, or whether you want to speak on public comment. You have 1 minute per item.
1930? I don't know if I want to go back that far,
Items
actually.
open for public comment.
That's what you're
We'll tell you when your time's up. When speaking on the
I like
agenda items, you have
navigation
one
and
topic.
some
Our
stuff.
goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you're not on topic, or if we can't tell whether you're on topic, you'll get one brief warning from me or the president.
Yankees
At that
in
point,
7?
You need
Okay.
to get immediately
Okay.
clearly on topic.
see.
If you don't, or you
I got
get
mad
way
respect
off
of them
topic,
if they can
unfortunately,
if they
you'll
can
forfeit
win
the
in
rest of
7.
your speaking time, and we'll move on to the next speaker.
I got to go all
The
gas,
items that
no
are open
break
for
now.
public comment are items 1 through 4, 11, and 12 through 36. So that's 1 through 4, 11, and 12 through 36. Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute on general public comment, which will be
That's
held
true,
at the end
Jamie.
of the meeting, possibly. During general public comment, members of the public may speak.
You're
to
telling me
any
this is
of
the best thing on
items,
YouTube? I don't know if
including
it's the
those that are
best.
not
It's up
otherwise
there,
open
though.
for public comment
It is
or
a fun
anything
show
else
to
within the
watch.
city subject matter jurisdiction.
I do enjoy
For
watching
members
these
of the
idiots
public
make fools of
calling in,
themselves.
when
All
it's
right,
your
everybody.
turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will prompt you to press star 6 to unmute
98
yourself.
is where we need to be.
If you don't do
97
so,
cents a
council
gallon
staff
for
will
gas.
prompt you to
$2
install.
cigars. I'm down
At
with
that
that.
point, you need to immediately unmute
I'm down with
yourself,
that.
or
Baseball
you'll
cards were
unfortunately
hella
forfeit
cheap
your
in
speaking
98.
time, and we'll move on to
Like
the
you
next
could
speaker.
buy some. You could buy
Finally,
some
because of brief
boxes
time
for
delay between
50
the
bucks a
live meeting and the
box or
broadcast,
something.
Two things are important.
It's like 50 a
First, while
pack
you're waiting
now.
For your turn to speak, please keep one ear to the phone so you are here in real time when it's your turn to press star 6.
Calm down.
Second, if you're listening to the meeting on another device, channel 35 or YouTube, please
Let me tell you
turn
something.
down the
You
volume
can make it
on the
completely
other
illegal,
devices
and I wouldn't
immediately
vote
once
for
your
that
turn to
knee
speak.
bending cunt.
Because of the time delay
Doug.
and feedback, it really causes a great deal of confusion.
Oh,
if you're
Terry
listening
Garr
on other
died.
devices. And with that, Mr. President, we are
Legendary
ready to take
comedic
public comment.
actress Terry Garr dies at 79. Oh, she was funny. Comedy actor who rose background dancer for Elvis. I didn't know she was a background dancer for Elvis. Movies a co-star in Young Frankenstein and Tootsie. Oh man, she was great in Young Frankenstein.
Sister Payasa,
Sister
David,
Chaos.
Miscavige, Moby, Goat Developer, Stacy Segarra, Tiffany Hinyard.
Who's Tiffany Hinyard? That's gotta be fucking Mr. Herman. He's gotta be Tiffany Hinyard. Or no, 3-inch shrimp maybe. 3-inch shrimp? I think 3-inch shrimp is Tiffany Hinyard.
Hello, speaker. If you'd remind us of which items or general public
You think it's
comment
3-inch
you'd like
shrimps,
to
guy?
speak on.
Oh. Here, I'll put this so you can see it, right?
The gadfly.
Hello, Strep-on Falble. My name is Sister Payasa. I'd like to speak on all available items and general
Sister
public
Clown.
comment, please.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for items 1 through 4, 11, and 12 through 36. Please begin with the items, and then you'll have a minute for general public comment.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Oh, Lord, I would like to offer up my 2 minutes and 56 seconds to you, Lord. I would like to pray, Lord. For my 2 minutes and 51 seconds, Lord, I would like to quote, Lord, from the King James Bible, the most standardized Bible, the law, Lord.
So,
Good and bad fruit, Lord.
So, speaker,
Luke
which item are you
6:7.
on?
Yes, I am quoting. I am serving up my speech, Lord, my First Amendment protected speech. Lord,
On
in
what
peaceful
item are you
protest,
using your
Lord.
First
Great.
Amendment protected speech?
Yes, in peaceful protest, I quote from the Bible, Lord, for these
Okay,
2
I
minutes
think we're
and
going to
25
send you.
seconds.
We're going to send you to
I
general
don't know,
public
Dead
comment,
Mike.
please.
I think it was,
Good
it was a
and
knock
bad
on
fruit.
it. But
Luke 43.
I enjoyed
For a
it though.
good tree bringeth
The
not
grape was the
forth
best.
corrupt fruit, neither doth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. For every tree is known by his own fruit. For of thorns men do not gather figs, nor of a bramble bush gather they grapes.
Again, watch the
A
lies.
good
I know
man
many growers
out
who
of
hate
the
her
good
fucking
treasure
guts
of
just
his
like
heart
I do.
Bringeth forth that which is good, and an evil man
Hope she gets
out
cancer
of
and
evil
dies.
treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. For the abundance of his heart his mouth speaketh the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
Thank you very much.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they do, Russell. They're liars. Him and his people are liars.
Thy will be done on earth as
Everything
it is
that
in
comes out of their
heaven.
mouths.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead
Yeah,
us
let's
not
just throw
into
them out
temptation,
forever.
but deliver
What do you guys
us from
say?
evil.
I'm going to let you guys
In the name of
choose.
the Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Kick him?
Thank you.
No kick. Put it in the chat room. I'm going to let you guys decide.
Thank you, Speaker.
Whether he's bothered you enough. We're talking about the idiot Doug Perry, by the way. Serge, don't be stupid.
Hello, Speaker. Which items and/or general public comment?
Ban, kick,
One,
kick,
two,
punt,
three, general.
mute,
Okay, so
goodbye,
you have 3
kick,
minutes for
kick,
1, 2, and
kick.
3, followed by a minute for general.
Bye,
Please
Doug.
begin.
Number one.
See you later, Doug. Make another account, buddy. People have spoken, Doug. That's democracy, Doug.
只顾着自己心中压抑的想法，慌乱的表达。我迷醉的眼睛已看不清你。
See how democracy works, ladies and gentlemen?
忘记了你当时会有怎样的反应。
What's up, Malta?
我拉着
Thank
你
you, Malta.
的手。放在我手心，我错误的感觉到你也没有生气，所以我以为你会明白我的良苦用心。Item number 2。如果那天你不知道我
That's it,
喝
Mike.
了多少
None.
杯，
You see it.
你就不
You see
会
how your
明
vote
白
counts.
你究竟有多美，我也不会相信第一次看见你就爱你爱得那么干脆。可是我相信我心中的感觉，
Is he a security
它
guard?
来得那么快，来得那么直接。
What's up, James John?
就算我心狂野，无法将火熄灭，我依然相信是老天让你我相约。如果说没有
Thank you,
闻
Jim.
到残
Appreciate
留
you and your
手
wife.
中你的香水，我绝对不会辗转反侧难以入睡。就想着你的美，想着你的香味，在冰与火的情欲中挣扎徘徊。Number 3。如果说不是老天让缘分把
Shit's
我
a
捉弄，
banger.
想
Shit
到
slaps.
你我就不会那么心痛，就把你忘记吧，应该把你忘了。想到你只在情欲之中挣扎徘徊，可是我相信我心中的感觉，它来得那么快，来得那么直接。就算我心狂也无法将火熄灭，我依然相信是老天让你我相约。如果说没有闻到残留手中你的香水，我绝对不会辗转反侧难以入睡。就想着你的美，闻着你的香味，这是对冲动最好的惩罚。
Oh, that ending is even
Thank you.
doper.
General public comment.
He's so awesome.
Spanish speaker.
Yes.
Queremos más prostitutas, transgénero en la calle Figueroa.
Please be the guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
Stop the timer. Stop the timer. Queremos más prostitutas, transgénero en la calle Figueroa.
We want on Figueroa Street. I cannot understand the first.
Get her out of here.
The first word.
Get out of here.
Necesitamos igualdad de derechos para todos los prostitutas masculinos.
We need equal rights for men.
Los Ángeles en la ciudad transgénero más grande del mundo.
The city of Los Angeles is the largest city in the world.
La gente necesita prostitutas de todos los géneros.
Los Angeles needs prostitutes from all genders.
Dejen de discriminar a los prostitutos masculinos.
Stop discriminating male prostitutes.
That's it.
Dejen de discriminar a las prostitutas transgénero.
Stop discriminating against transgender prostitutes.
Nuestro presidente del consejo solo ama a las prostitutas femeninas.
Our president of the council, in the council, he only likes female prostitutes.
Nunca le importan nuestros prostitutos masculinos.
He doesn't care about male prostitutes.
El mercado de la prostitución transgénero está controlado por mujeres.
The prostitution market is controlled by women.
El monopolio es una violación de la ley.
They have a monopoly.
Todo prostituta debería tener los mismos derechos en la calle Figueroa.
All prostitutes must have equal rights on Figueroa Street.
Fucking love him. Shout out to 3 and Shrimp with the top flight security jacket. I fucking love it.
Before the next speaker begins, I will call more names. Tabitha
How do you not
Kalis,
love that? How is that not gold?
Tim Sudeen.
How is he not gold?
Tobias Lodish, Wendy Miranda.
He missed his calling. Oh, viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, motherfucker. Signed up on all motherfucking items and non-agenda public comment of total 4 fucking minutes.
All right, you have 3 minutes for 1 through 4, 11, 12 through 36, followed by a minute for general. Please begin now.
Now that we understand we have these problems of regulations for this so-called eviction ordinance under Kamala Harris, sucks a big dick. You keep believing in the food, the clothes, and the rent. Kamala Harris has lied to you. That's item number 11 for the record. Fuck item 11. You keep believing in a system that continues to rob you people of your rent. Keep voting for those Democrat dumb bitches like Kamala Harris. Besides, my island doesn't float in Puerto Rico. My island's here, the United States, sinking because you fools continue to put the hopeless, the helpless in the streets because you continue to raise the rents. So as long as America's fucked, I'll be the first to say it. You're doomed. Korea's gonna invade Russia with Russia to invade us.
And you can move on to
North
the other
Korea?
Yeah, the other item is
Maybe
are we
China.
that fucking drunk?
Certainly not North
Are
Korea.
we that fucked up drunk that we have to talk about alcohol and the sales of beverages in the United States at a time when people are hit and run? And John Walsh always said, yeah, we're the fucking hit and run capital of the world. But John Walsh is right.
Oh.
Even after he dies, we hear it echoing in these chambers because Smoke and Scan follows all these goddamn chases, and we find out that 75% of them involve alcohol because white nigger attorneys like you, listen, rookie, listen, Mr. Fauble.
Right after he said
You dirty attorneys continue to promote this action off of the Glendale Boulevard to determine that alcohol is good for us. You're wrong. You're a filthy varmint. Get yourself out of my face on this subject. Oh, now, on item number 2, hearing relative to applications to determine public convenience and necessity of sales of alcohol beverages for the sale of consumption. Well, again, and foremost, Richard Alatorre didn't have a drug problem.
What's up, Taji?
Richard Alatorre was notorious for not paying his fucking taxes. He didn't pay his taxes. The same as the big gangsters from Chicago.
We seem to be off topic.
I am on topic. I'm talking about why you're so fucking consumed on alcohol sales. It brings tax revenues the same as marijuana. So on that action, 42 U.S.C. 1983 politely under the Bain Act. Fuck you.
General public comment.
Now into my general public comment. You've all been waiting for this, and I had to spend the night writing it for Mommy Noodle. I like the way LA loved me. I do not know why. Every time you fuck with me, I tell myself that that's the way you thrill me. I like the way LA fucks with me. Oh, baby, I tell myself how you thrill me, homies. You criminals like Weezer continue to fuck with my disruption. Where is Pumpkin? Hey.
Thank you, Mr. Herman. Next speaker.
Where's Pumpkin in the head? That was fantastic. I love the ending. Two great endings. 3-inch shrimps and old Mr. Herman over here. Shout out to Mr. Herman. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the shout out, Mr. Herman.
Paging Mr. Herman.
I love it. Oh, Mr. Herman, everybody.
Hello,
Armando
speaker.
Herman.
If you'd please let us know what items you signed up for and or general public comment.
Yes, all items, please, and general public comment. Thank you.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for items 1, 4, 11, and 12 through 36. Please begin with those, and then you'll have a minute for general.
Yes, so I'm here particularly on the frustration I have with the items listed where repeatedly we see fiscal impact statements being reported, yet when it comes to the CIS, community impact statements, for those of you that don't know, those are reports offered directly by the neighborhood councils, and on several of these, whether it be a parcel map, whether it be other budgetary hearings, it's frustrating to see that several of the council members are not following through with their own stakeholders to solicit feedback from the neighborhood councils, and there's 99 of them. And it bothers me that whether it be an appointment of a police board commissioners, or again a parcel map like you can see 23, 24, 25, something that directly is impacting the stakeholders, why it is that be it Rodriguez, Ramon, Hugo are not soliciting feedback of their stakeholders. Now, again, there are 99 neighborhood councils. I am personally in strong favor of the neighborhood councils. And it's also quite frustrating to see that these same neighborhood councils continue to get their budgets slashed year over year. It's almost as if there's some sort of grand conspiracy to remove the voice of the neighborhood councils so that they continue to not submit a community impact statement.
Okay. Can we connect this more directly to some of the items, please?
Yes. So, for example, when it talks about the city engineer approving a final parcel map, there is no CIS report submitted. That indicates to me that your own council members are not listening to the true voice of the people. As somebody that is originally not even from the state, and you can see my outfit changing with the seriousness. It was originally goofy before, but I promise you, this is my more serious face and serious outfit on. It's frustrating to see that I personally met with all 99 of these, and I likely have met with them more often than your own council members here. So I ask you, what does that say with the validity of following through, polling any of these motions for pro or against when you don't even have the voice of the people here? That to me is deeply concerning. And it's a quite common occurrence, whether it be here at City Council
Richard? How are you,
or
buddy?
various other committees. It is deeply concerning that the voice of your stakeholders is not being heard. There is no CIS reports for just about 99% of these motions. And I can know for a fact that when I've spoken with these folks at neighborhood councils, they don't even know that a lot of these motions are existing or what the council members' stance is on them. So how can you possibly have any sort of legitimate voting on them when the voice of the people is not being heard? That is deeply concerning, and with that, I'll go ahead and move over to general public comment.
I wonder what that mic smells like. Probably stinks.
I am here
Everybody's
to support
spitting
the
on it.
neighborhood councils. They are the voice of the people, And Mayor Bass, we know you're trying to slash their budgets. We know you're trying to suppress the voice of the people, and it's absolutely disgusting. I am here to support the neighborhood councils, and I want to see more of your council members here reach out to them and solicit feedback actively.
You're all
It
over
is
the
very
place today.
disappointing. You have an appointed full-time paid role to actively solicit feedback from your neighborhood councils. I know that at least 50 of them are not even being communicated from the council members which district they represent. How is it that somebody from out of state has more communication with those same neighborhood councils than the council members that are representing those districts? In what world does that make any sort of sense? Yes, I appreciate you looking at me for the first time making eye contact, Hugo. I promise you I'm not a clown, but you need to do better.
Thank you. If you'd please.
You know
let
that
us
was
know which
Herman with the
items
loud
and/or
clap.
general public comment you
You
signed
know
up
it
for.
was.
Hi, my name is Tabitha Ellis. I'm here to give public comment on item number 11 and general
Please.
public comment.
So you have a minute for each.
What
Please go
group
ahead.
is she from? They all have red shirts
Um,
on.
Hi, so I'm a member of the LA Tenants Union and Ground Game LA.
LA Tenants
and I'm here in support of the Mohawk Tenants Association, who are in their
Mohawk.
third fight against evictions due to substantial renovations. I urge this council to please close the renovictions loophole. This loophole is inhumane and gives landlord free rein to abuse tenants and cause displacement, which eventually leads to more homelessness. There is no reason why landlords cannot temporarily relocate tenants during remodels unless they're trying to jack up rents after evictions, which reduces the city's already insufficient housing stock. We need to do more to regulate landlord greed. These landlords are causing the housing crisis that we are living every day. I urge you to please include an urgency clause so that we can help the Mohawk TA and other tenants in similar situations stay in their homes. You have the power to act today. It is your duty to do the right thing and protect the people of this city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Another Democrat beggar.
Hello, speaker. If you'd please let us know which items and/or general public comment you signed up for.
Okay, my name is Tim Sundin, and I am here to speak on agenda item 11.
Please go ahead. You have a minute.
Good morning, council members. Again, my name is Tim Sundin, and I am a small mom-and-pop landlord in Council District 1. As someone who believes that providing clean, safe, and affordable housing is my responsibility as a residential property owner, I am speaking today in strong support of agenda item 11 to close the substantial remodel loophole and also to adopt the urgency clause to make sure that this loophole is closed as soon as possible. As a landlord, I've completed renovation work on my property without needing to evict tenants. If I need to relocate tenants for future renovation work, I think the tenant habitability plan is a perfectly fair and reasonable way to complete needed repairs without displacing tenants, and I believe it should be extended to cover all tenants. In my view, there is no legitimate justification for using renovation work as an excuse to evict tenants, especially since I already benefit so much financially from simply owning that property. Again, I urge you to vote yes on agenda item 11. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, you're making significant money, sir, after you sell it. And that's if you sell it. I mean, if you want to be the great white hope,
Hello,
you can
speaker. If
absolutely
you'd
give
please
them
let us
free
know
rent.
Which items and/or public comment you signed up for?
I assure you, then they're going to want
item
free
11
everything
in general
else.
public
Can you
comment.
pay the
You have a
gas for
minute for
free
each.
and
Please
my
begin.
internet for free and
My
everything
name
else
is
for
Wendy
free?
Miranda, and I am with Esperanza Community Housing. We're a mission-based affordable housing provider in South Central LA and a member of the LA for Resilient and Healthy Homes Coalition. I urge you to vote yes on the motion to end rent evictions in LA allowed under the Just Cause Ordinance and amended to include an urgency clause. As a mission-based affordable housing provider, we have 9 buildings located in South Central LA. 6 out of our 9 buildings are 20 units or less. And as we're looking to decarbonize/retrofit some of our buildings, I can confidently say that we
Sit,
and
Terry.
other mission-based affordable housing providers can do this without resorting to evictions. It's fairly simple, really, because we understand that evictions displace and harm our communities. We have a great solution already that exists in LA, the Tenant Habitability Plan, which allows rent-stabilized tenants to be relocated during construction work and with the ability to return to their homes when complete. So extend this program to all renters in LA. So again, I urge you all to vote yes on this item and to include an urgency clause. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before the next speaker begins, I will call more names. Nolan Marshall, Phoebe Unter, Rich Sarian, Samuel Basie, Winnie Tranquillo.
Hi, Speaker.
Connie
If you please let us
Lingus.
know what you signed up for.
I signed up for item number 11 and general public comment.
You have a minute for each. Please begin.
Hi, my name is Tobias Lodish.
Hi, Tobias.
As I speak now, hundreds of families are being evicted because of the substantial remodel provision in our Just Cause ordinance. These renovictions are unequivocally making our housing crisis worse. As a Jew, I've always been taught that housing is a human right, that everyone, regardless of their finances, must have access to permanent, healthy, and safe housing. Judaism stresses the role of the home as a place of sanctuary, or miskash ma'at, where people are able to become their true selves. Jewish law specifically defines housing as one of the obligatory types of tzedakah, or our obligation to actualize what is right and just. I keep these Jewish teachings in mind when I think of the more than 200 households which have been evicted for remodels in the past 12 months. Regardless of religious affiliation, I feel it is the council's obligation to stand up for their constituents' right to housing. If the council seeks to protect vulnerable Angelinos from displacement and houselessness, they must amend the Just Cause ordinance to include an urgency clause and extend the tenant habitability plan to all renters in LA. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. We don't live in we live in a real world, not a world that
Hello,
everybody
Speaker. If you
really
please let us
wants.
know what you signed
That's
up for.
unfortunate.
Good
We were just
morning.
talking
I'm,
about it.
Speaking with
We all wanted to go
Agenda
back to
11, item
2018 or
11.
whatever
please
it
go
was.
ahead.
2016.
Hi, I'm Winnie Tranquilino, a tenant of 1512 Mohawk Street and a member of Mohawk Tenants Union. I am here to
Identity
urge you
politics,
to end
that's
eviction
why
for
you bring
substantial
religion
remodels
into it.
and adopt an urgency
Diane.
ordinance to stop the surge of these evictions now. We are some of affordable units in Echo Park getting the first unlawful detainer, and the threat of eviction was scary.
I like his hat.
If we're evicted, it's impossible
Super
to find
Mario's.
a place that's affordable, close to my work. We live there. We live together in this building for decades. We are a tight community. We look out and take care for each other. We haven't done anything wrong. We've been tenants in good standing for 21 years, always paying our rent on time. Please, we ask you to close this loophole, and please do it urgently. Thank you.
Thank you.
I wouldn't be surprised if all of them got
Hello,
25
Speaker. If you
bucks
please
and
let
a
us know what you
T-shirt to
signed up
show
for.
up.
I'm speaking on item 11.
Please go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised.
There are more than 20 people who live at 1512 Mohawk Street, each who have a compelling story about their relationship to their home, but only some of them could come today because of work and school. All of them would be here if they could. I'm here to speak on behalf of Chai and Sophia, 62 and 66-year-old immigrants originally from Thailand who work as a mechanic and a masseuse. They want to retire in a few years and live at the place they've called home for more than a decade. It's safe and quiet, and they live amongst people who have become their family and friends. If you do not close the loophole, the renoviction loophole, with an urgency ordinance today, they will be evicted and they have no plan for where to go or how they will survive. They will not be able to find anything affordable nearby because of how developers, often with the complicity of city officials like yourselves, have turned Echo Park into a neighborhood working class people cannot afford. It has been well documented how landlords abuse this loophole, and more importantly, no one should lose their home because of a renovation. All evictions are immoral and unjust, and it is your duty to stop them. Thank you.
One question, ma'am. Who did you vote for? Who do you vote for, ma'am? One question. Then I'll give you your response. Just need to know a yes or no. Who it
Hello,
is.
Speaker, if you please remind us what you signed up for.
My name is Samuel Bashi. I've lived in this city for 52 years. And it's a city I would say that I love. But of late, with the COVID and
He looks like the Dwayne
how
Wade
the system
statue.
is running at this time, it's really terrible.
Maybe that's who they sculpted the statue
You can go to
after.
submit a document to a government official, and they will sit on it for 5 years. They will sit on it for 7 years. It is a terrible
Not
thing
over
that
yet,
is happening
Cosmo.
to this city.
Hardest games
I submitted a plan
tonight.
to the fire department 2 years ago, and up till today, they're still giving me a run around.
We just played
Now
tonight.
I'm about to lose the building. The housing department is trying to take the building to ruin my life. I'm almost 75 years old. This is really a shame. I never thought I'd really see what I'm seeing now. I will come back for the next meeting until I get an answer to this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Careful, my man. There's guys that have been there, 500 days? The flying food people have been there 500 days
if you please remind us
demanding
what you signed
their
Nolan
raise.
Marshall, the Executive Director of
Here
the
we
South
are.
Park Business Improvement District, here to speak on item 23.
Please go ahead. You have a minute.
Thank you this morning for considering item number 23. We have been working in South Park for a very long time to have a park in South Park. I have
South
stakeholders
Park.
and board members who often refer to it as South Parkless because of the lack of green space in the neighborhood. Public parks and public spaces, as you know, are certainly about community amenities. They're certainly about recreation spaces for families. But I approach it from the lens of an economic developer. A public park in a neighborhood like South Park is an economic investment for the city to make. It will help us increase pedestrian traffic. It will help us increase public safety. It will help us activate ground floor
South Park.
spaces in our district. This is the most critical item for us.
You
in
know South Park.
right
You
now,
should have subscribed
and
to my
we thank
channel if you haven't
for the
already.
support of this project and for making it to this point. You have our commitment from the South Park Business Improvement District to help operate, provide safety ambassadors, and provide our clean team to maintain this space. Thank you.
Thank you for coming down. Hello, Speaker. If you'd please remind us what
Good
you
morning,
signed up
Rich
for.
Sarian, item number 23.
Please go ahead.
Man,
Greetings,
keeps moving the
esteemed
camera.
members of the City Council, third generation native lifelong Angelino here, and I'm currently serving as the Vice President of the South Park bid. The joke we always make about South Park is that the only park you'll find is in the name. As the new Los Angeles is upon us, now is the time to conserve and convert whatever possible land we have. The opportunity presented in item 23 is to purchase the parking lot at 11th Street and Grand Avenue and allow our organization to manage and maintain the space. This lot abuts the weekly farmers market on Grand Avenue that our organization established and has become the community's footprint for events and activities on a weekly basis. This could not be located in a better or more foot trafficked area of the district, and we will see activation and appreciation that other cities dream of. Purchasing this lot ensures that South Park actually has a park, and the city can kick off a model that can and will be repeated. Thank you for approving this, and I look forward to seeing each of you at the ribbon cutting.
Oh, I'm
Thank you very
sure
much.
all of you at the ribbon cutting. Fuck you
Gabriela
and them.
Rodriguez.
Don't care about your ideas.
Zatilla Velasquez. Delvin Henriquez. Beth Price. David Kaishayan.
He's fucking with me. He's watching the show. He keeps moving the camera every 2 minutes. All right, everybody.
Smoke.
Hello, and when you reach the podium, if you'd please remind us what you signed up for.
Council members, I'm asking you to vote yes on agenda number 11 and close the loophole now. My name is Gabby. I'm a tenant in a non-RSO affordable housing apartment building of 80 units in Echo Park. This renovation can happen to us. I was born and raised in Echo Park by Mexican immigrant parents, and the Mohawk tenants are a part of our community.
Echo Parque.
We've come from the same high schools and churches. I see my family in them. Their struggle with renovictions is why gentrification is able to flourish. Growing up there, so many of my friends who are children of immigrants as well have had to leave LA because of landlords who flip units to price us out. I urge you to vote for an end to renovictions and introduce an urgency clause to protect communities like mine all over LA.
Thank you.
You want fatter pips? Oh, bite. Oh, no, bite. Be nice.
Hello, if you'd please tell us what you signed up for.
Hi, my name is Sitlali, and I'm speaking on agenda item number 11.
Great, please begin.
Hi, I'm here to speak on, agenda item number 11. I'm a member of the LA Tenants Union and a tenant in LA. I'm here to urge you to vote to close the rent eviction loophole and include an urgency clause so that Mohawk tenants can stay in their homes and continue to raise their families in peace. They are facing their third round of evictions for no fault of their own. As an organizer, I've seen countless tactics by landlords to flip and profit off of homes by evicting tenants from their rent-stabilized units through rent evictions, Ellis Act, rent increases, cash for keys, and more. How are we allowing evictions during a state of emergency on housing? The city's solution is to spend on Band-Aid solutions instead of root causes so millions of working-class tenants can stay in their homes. Voting to close the rent eviction loophole would cost you $0 tax dollars and would not only allow the Mohawk tenants to stay in their homes, but countless other tenants at risk of displacement. Voting against it would cost our communities their lives. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're a bum,
Hello,
sir.
Speaker. If you please remind us what you signed up for.
Hi, David Gaishan with the Apartment Association of Greater Los Angeles. I'm speaking on item 11 and general public comment.
You have a minute for each. Please begin.
Thank you. Most of LA City's housing stock is very old, even if it is not under the existing rent stabilization ordinance. This new proposal would apply to all residential rental properties up to 46 years old, built after October 1st, 1978. As such, it would constructively prohibit existing mom-and-pop owners from needing major system repairs by prohibiting increasing rents to cover these substantial costs, and as a result, drive more naturally occurring affordable housing off the market. This proposal suggests using the existing tenant habitability program and accompanying primary renovation cost recovery program as a substitution for substantial remodels as a no-fault cause of action. The problem is that these programs are completely unworkable and unusable due to the Mount Everest amount of paperwork required to merely apply, as well as a high likelihood of ultimately being rejected by the city for approval. This proposal seeks no data from LAHD as to, one, the number of submissions for THP and the cost recovery program, number of substantial remodels actually conducted under these programs,
arm in a sling?
number of requests withdrawn or incomplete under these programs,
got a
number of
shoulder
renters
issue.
impacted with demographics, or number of properties involved, including age, size,
Like
ownership
Shohei.
type, corporation versus mom and pop owner, location/zip codes. If this data were requested, it would show that these programs are already severely broken for RSO owners and should not be spread to non-RSO owners. If the city refuses to allow owners to charge market rate rents after major system repairs have been completed to pay back high interest loans for work that was done, then existing mom and pop owners will be forced to sell the properties as is for demolition and conversion by new corporate owners to luxury units, condominiums, or McMansions for high-income individuals. Rather than pursuing policies that will make it harder for existing mom and pop owners to stay in business, providing naturally occurring
Yeah, it
affordable
happens a
housing,
lot out here,
the city
Mike.
should provide owners with grants and/or no-interest loans for such major
Robin.
system repairs, as well as subsidizing relocation fees with the city's own direct assistance to low-income renters. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, you got to remember, there's 20 million registered cars here. Just cars. Forget about motorcycles and other things. So, a lot of traffic, a lot of people
Hello, if you
angry.
please remind
It's
us
hot
what you signed up
mostly
for.
all the
Oh,
time.
and if you pull the microphone down.
That usually makes people more angry. Although it did drizzle yesterday, which I really loved, for about 20 minutes of drizzle.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Delvin Enríquez, soy miembro de
Where's
Desaje
the-
Activa.
Good morning. I am a member of.
Notice how they switched the
Sage.
translator? Now the guy was the girl earlier. She did such a poor
Continúe,
job
por
with
favor.
3-inch shrimp.
Vengo a hablar sobre el tema de la agenda número 11.
I came here to talk about the rent.
Por favor, les suplico que voten sí a la
Some
moción
kind of wild?
I am asking you to vote yes to the motion,
y que sea una ordenanza
Yeah, loud.
urgente.
and may it be an urgent ordinance.
Un voto sí es para
grandma
poner
loves you.
un fin a los desalojos de
Ah,
renovación.
A yes vote means to stop the evictions.
Yo como indigente vengo a pedir que no desalojen por motivo de
As an indigent, I'm here to ask you to make evictions for the following reasons.
remodelación a los
Chase
inquilinos,
is
ya que
non-existent?
no hay
Well, I
espacio en la
missed one
calle,
big one the other
estamos
day, but other than that,
sobrepoblados
we've
en la
been pretty
calle.
slow.
There's no more space on the streets. And the streets are overcrowded right now.
Esto no es una solución que familias vengan a la calle.
The solution is not that more families come to the street.
La solución es mantener familias en sus hogares.
The solution is to maintain and keep families in their homes.
Juntos podemos recuperar nuestra ciudad.
All together we can recuperate our city.
Con un voto sí,
With a yes vote,
hagamos la ciudad de Los Ángeles limpia y segura sin desalojo.
let us make the city of Los Angeles safe and secure without evictions.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just a slippery slope. You want to help people.
Hello, speaker, if you'd please
But
remind us of what
you
you
give
signed
them
up
one
for.
free thing,
Yes,
then that's
agenda
another,
item
then
11.
another, and
Please
then
begin.
another. Then you're
My
paying
name
for
is
everything.
Beth Price, and I have lived in Councilperson Park's District 11 for over 2 decades. And last year, I was rent-evicted from my home of 23 years. My building was where my husband and I raised our 2 children. We had a close-knit community with our neighbors, babysitting for each other, our kids playing together. We supported each other through hard times. I also served as the on-site property manager for 16 years. But everything changed when our building was
Yeah, that
purchased
was
by a
that
new
one
owner
overnight,
in late
Jeffrey.
2020. They started construction and made living conditions impossible for the tenants to stay. Eventually, the last few families were served with eviction notice for substantial remodels. The impact of this eviction on my family has been profound and ongoing. The rug has been pulled out from under our lives. I lost my job as a property manager, and my family lost our home, our community, and proximity to all of our support systems, including my son's school, which accommodates his special needs. We now struggle with hours-long commutes and rent that is 30% higher. It's too late to help my family, but I am urging you to say yes on Agenda 11 with an urgency amendment, so no other family has to go through what we are continuing to struggle with. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Mata, Erica Hernandez, Donald Ryan, Alex Cienfuentes, Rose Linehan.
Yeah, no, I don't see Mr. Spindler there. He might be just gone for the day. But I see Herman and 3-inch Shrimp are sitting there together talking. They're friends. I'm worried about Mr. Sachs. Like, I haven't seen him in a month or two, man. But, I mean, it was the same thing with Mr. Harlan. We didn't see him for months, and then all of a sudden he showed up. And, you know, he's coming
Hello, speaker,
periodically.
would you please remind us what you signed up for?
Hi, I'm speaking on agenda item number 11.
Great, please begin.
Good morning, council members. I am speaking on agenda number 11. My name is Erica Hernandez, and I am urging you to pass an urgency clause to protect my family from rent evictions. I was raised in Echo Park. My family has lived here in the same apartment since the 1980s, and they still call it home today. My parents, my uncle, my sister, and my niece. In November of 2022, everything changed when a new landlord took over. He came in with aggressive buyout offers, illegal eviction notices, and a whole set of new rules. The impact of my family has been overwhelming. There's frustration, sadness, and confusion, emotions that take a toll in their health. On top of this stress, my mother has had to battle a diagnosis of non-genetic breast cancer just months into fighting these evictions. Imagine having to endure surgery and radiation therapy while fighting to keep your home. If my family is evicted, they have nowhere to go. There are no affordable options in Echo Park left. Please act now.
Thank you.
Again, start voting the other way, maybe.
Hello, speaker. If you
You'll
please
start
remind us
making a
what you
little
signed
more
up for.
money, and then you will be able to afford
my
your
name
home.
is Matthew Mata. I'm asking you to please pass an urgency for ordinance. item
Wherever it
11.
is.
Please go ahead.
My name is Matthew Mata, and I'm a sophomore at downtown Magnets High School, just 7 minutes from where I live now in Echo Park. But my family and I are facing eviction because our landlord says they want to remodel the kitchen and bathroom. I've lived in this home my whole life, and it's not just an apartment to me, it's where I grew up. The Mohawk apartment complex is a community spot where all the kids I grew up with come and
Come on,
hang
they
out
can do
with
that
me.
in 2 weeks.
We do things
Easy.
like play guitar and skateboard. If we get evicted, we'll have to move very far away, and I'll have to leave my high school behind. That scares me, and I do not want to start over at a new school or I won't know anyone. I shouldn't have to leave the place I love just because of a remodel. Please, let my family stay in our home. We built our life here, and this is where we belong. We identified the problem, and let's find a solution.
I find it strange, though, they want to come in and
Thank you.
just do the kitchen and the bathroom and then evict them. I
Hello,
find
speaker,
that
if you
strange.
please remind us of what you signed up for.
Agenda item 11.
Please go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Alex Fuentes, and I'm here to ask you all to vote yes on agenda item 11, and for an urgency amendment to protect my family and my neighbors from being.
Boy, they're gonna hate it when the robots are here.
Next month. I have lived in an apartment in Echo Park for over 18 years. I live here with my kids. My kids are in a school in the area, and I work as a painter with mostly local clients. This is our community, and we want to stay here, but our landlord is trying to evict us to renovate our apartments. I have family that live here for years, but they moved out because of the harassment. The landlord now charged $3,500 for the unit when before they were paying $1,100. Landlords are using this to raise our rents, not to make genuine repairs. If I'm evicted, we have to move far away to afford rent. My fate is in your hands. If you close this loophole, we can stay in our homes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can almost whistle again. It's getting there.
Hello, speaker. Please remind us what you signed up for.
Good morning. My name is Don Ryan. I'm speaking on item number 11.
Please go ahead.
I'm a resident of District 4. In 2017, we organized the Los Angeles Tenants Union in Hollywood. Our Hollywood chapter, within the first 2 years, we had organized about a dozen tenant associations. Today, not a single one of those apartment buildings is occupied by the tenants we organized with in those first 2 years. Most of those tenants were removed from their housing through rent evictions and through other forms of Ellis Act evictions. We strongly encourage the City Council to pass this amendment to change this, stop this loophole, because fundamentally it is a war on rent control. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The war on rent control. We want to tell you how to run your business. I hate it when that landlord grabs me by the head and makes me live in that place.
Agenda item 11.
Please begin.
Hi, I'm Lupita, a member of the Los Angeles Tenants Union who has met with tenants on Mohawk Street every Monday for almost 2 years to fight 3 rounds of rent evictions. I urge you to vote yes on agenda item 11 and to add an urgency clause to end substantial remodel evictions immediately. When illegal cash for keys offers and aggressive harassment couldn't remove the elders and families of Mohawk Street from their homes, the landlord turned to rent evictions, pulling a few simple permits to fabricate a building-wide eviction with the permission of the city. These tenants have fought multiple evictions while being harassed, going to work, raising their kids, going through radiation treatment for cancer, and teaching other tenants across LA how to fight their bad faith rent evictions. They've had no other choice as working people who can't afford market rate rent in the city. Rent evictions allow landlords to circumvent rent control, leaving elderly and
low IQ,
tenants
Terry.
in the street in the pursuit of endless profits. Let's extend the
I don't
right
understand
to
how
temporary
mics work.
relocation and tenant habitability to all tenants in the city. If landlords can't keep up with the paperwork, that doesn't mean that it's the burden of tenants to have to end up in the street. Let's end the cycle of needless legal battles and disabling stress. Please close the rent evictions loophole and add an urgency ordinance now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lupita.
And we need some more names.
Sam Aguilar.
That mic must
Philip
stink.
Myers.
So many stinky
Oscar
breath.
Zarate.
All the slobber.
Miguel.
Spitting on there. and
Mateo
must
Vervez.
reek. It's called stank mic. Fuck all that noise. Get an STD for being too close to that thing. Yeah, it's annoying.
Hello, speaker. If you'd please remind us what you signed up for.
Item number 11, please.
Please go ahead.
My name is Philip Meyer. In 2023, the Council passed the Just Cause Ordinance to protect renters from arbitrary evictions, preserve longstanding communities, and streamline and standardize the city's regulations around eviction.
Super spreader.
This critical ordinance helped to
Remember
consolidate
that?
the
People were
fragmented patchwork
calling
of
people like me
policies governing
super
rental
spreaders.
housing, but it had a glaring omission. It left open the loophole that allows landlords to arbitrarily evict tenants for the mere intent to renovate a unit. Today, I urge the Council to complete the circle. Close the renoviction loophole to make housing regulations more clear, more consistent, and more fair. And please do so with an urgency clause. I also want to make one note about recusals.
Yeah, Andrew.
I understand that some members of the Council may plan to recuse themselves from this vote upon ethical grounds. I understand this desire,
I'm good, Jay.
but I must point out respectfully that because of the Council's rules, there's no such thing as a true recusal. There's no way to recuse ethically in the LA City Council. It has the same result as an opposing vote. Therefore, I urge all members to vote in favor of this motion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you, Mr. Acabano. No, thank you.
Hello, Speaker. Which items did you sign up for?
Good morning. My name is Sam Aguilar, and I'm a tenant in Council District 14, speaking on Agenda Item 11.
Please go ahead.
We should all already know that there's a housing crisis in LA with more than 35,000 eviction cases filed since January. Hundreds have already been evicted and displaced from their communities because of the renoviction
That's it, Oscar.
loophole.
One more.
The tenant habitability plan should be
Toughest
be
game
extended
tonight.
to all renters in Los Angeles so that all tenants can benefit from the renovations their homes need, and that return to their homes when renovations are done.
I already
not
voted,
be displaced
JC.
from their communities by landlord greed. I urge you
Put
to
in my
vote yes on
ballot
the
yesterday.
motion to end renovictions and to add the urgency clause by the end of this meeting because our
I'm just
families
waiting for
deserve
the
to stay in
centers
the
to
homes
open
they've
up.
been in all
Not
their
leaving my
lives.
shit in no ballot
Without
box.
this, Mohawk tenants will
Fuck
face
that.
yet another remodel eviction in
Not that it
November, and
matters,
many of
I'm
us
sure.
renters can be next.
Sure, mine has a secret
Thank you,
stamp
Speaker.
on it that I can't see, and all the ones that vote like me go to the trash pile.
Hello, if you please remind us what you signed up for.
Item 11.
Please go ahead.
Good morning, Council. Good morning.
Depends
Council.
on where
Good
you're
morning.
at,
Thank you.
Jews.
My name is Oscar. I'm an organizer in CD9, speaking on agenda item 11.
Like in North
Please
Hollywood,
support
a
the motion
one-bedroom
to end
is
renovictions in Los
$1,500
Angeles
bucks
and
a
do
month.
so with urgency. I want to point out that cities like Inglewood, Maywood, and
One
Culver
bedroom
City
in, like,
have already taken
Beverly
action
Hills
to
could be anywhere
close the
from
renovation
$3,000
loophole.
to
If these
$5,000 a
smaller
month.
cities can do it, Los Angeles, home to the largest populations of renters in the state, must act now. LA should be setting the standard for tenant protections, not following behind. Please support this motion to
Yeah,
close the
they're about
loophole
$1,500.
and prevent
I
more
mean,
renters
I don't
from
know.
losing their
Studios
homes.
are
Thank
probably
you.
around that.
Thank you, Speaker.
Maybe it's a little more, $1,800. I don't know. I mean, I haven't looked in a while.
Hello, if you'd remind us what you signed up for.
Depends on where it's at,
Item
though,
11
Daly.
and general public
How
comments.
nice the building is, the amenities.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Angel Miguel, Policy Director for Pacoima Beautiful and member of the Los Angeles for Resilient and Healthy Homes Coalition. I'm here as an environmental justice advocate, but also as a lifelong tenant of the San Fernando Valley to urge you to please vote yes on Agenda Item 11 to end renovictions in LA
1,400,
allowed
one
under the
bedroom in
Just
the hood
Cause
in
Ordinance
Sacto.
and amend it to include an urgency clause. Growing up in a mobile home park in CD6, I experienced firsthand the
just-
challenges
it's
of
different here,
housing
man.
insecurity and the constant threat of displacement. Our communities in Council District 6 and 7 already had 6,000 eviction notices in 2023, with nearly 2,000 issued in Van Nuys and expected to grow with the installation of the Metro rail line. Displacement disrupts community cohesion, weakens social support network, and increases the vulnerability of residents to environmental hazards. These evictions are not just a housing issue, they're an environmental justice issue. Our organization is dedicated to ensuring that our city's policies don't come at the cost of our most vulnerable residents. Our members are already suffering the brunt of environmental burdens, and so please stop the stress of eviction to our community. Thank you.
Well, you do have more tenants now. Like when you have a one bedroom, someone will take the front room
Jocelyn
and have a pull out, and then someone will pay
Sanchez,
more to have
sorry,
the
Jocelyn
bedroom.
Sanchez,
Even if it's $2,000 for the one,
Josefina
you know, they'll
Estrada,
pay
Marcela
maybe $1,500
Fernandez,
because they got the bedroom,
Chris
and,
Tyler.
Thank you.
and the other person pays the other $500. I don't know if
Speaker.
it'll be that odd of a split, but
Muy buenos días a todo el consejo.
Good morning,
Mi
everyone.
nombre es Mateo Virbes. Yo vivo en San Fernando Valley. Yo
I
estoy
live in
aquí,
the San Fernando Valley.
yo estoy aquí por el tema de la Agenda 11.
I am going to speak on
Sit, Shell.
point 11
Por favor, votar sí en la moción para poner fin a los desalojos por
to put an
remodelación.
end to evictions.
Hay muchas familias que están sufriendo por estas causas. Hay muchos niños que están sufriendo por
MA? I
estas
don't know what
causas.
There's
MA.
so many families and children that are suffering.
Quizás probablemente para los dueños de los edificios o de los condominios sea un beneficio económico,
I know that this also when they evict tenants, this means a financial benefit to the property owner.
pero el verdadero problema es que no se dan cuenta o no nos damos cuenta que le estamos haciendo un gran daño para los niños y para las familias y para personas
But
de
we
la
also
tercera
have to
edad.
realize that affects the families and children greatly.
Por favor, poner fin a toda esta causa. Muchas gracias.
Please
Oh,
put an
Masters
end
bar,
to
okay.
this. Thank you.
Gracias. Hello, speaker. If you please remind us what you signed up for.
Up.
Yes, good morning. I signed up. I'm going to give general public comment first and then agenda item number 11.
Okay, you'll have a minute for each. Please begin
Okay.
with number 11.
So to begin, I want to remind the City Council that tomorrow you're going to be asked to confirm your past votes on an update to the tenant anti-harassment ordinance. My name is Stefano Medina. I'm a managing attorney with Movement Legal, and I'm here with tenants to ask for your support on rent evictions today. But tomorrow, I just want everyone to hear
Hi,
loud and
Devious.
clear
See you later,
that
bud.
the language you're
See you
going to be
tonight.
asked to confirm tomorrow is what you've all already voted for. And we reviewed it, and it is in substance the changes that we think are going to make the law effective. To finish, though, and on behalf of my organization, I want to thank Council District 4,
Why would I want more games,
Councilmember
Moxie?
Nithya Raman for her
I just-
leadership on this campaign.
I told you it's
I
not
wanna thank
possible
Councilmember
for
Hernandez
either team to
and
sweep.
Councilmember
I wouldn't
Soto
think.
Martinez. But I want to give a special
You never
shout
know.
out to Council members Blumenfeld, Kevin De Leon, and McCosker
I don't want
for
more
really helping
games
us
if you
get
don't have to
across
play
the
them.
finish line on the tenant anti-harassment ordinance. Now, with respect to agenda item number 11, I'm something of an accidental expert on this issue. As an attorney, I've represented 11 tenants just this year being evicted because of substantial remodel, and I want to share some facts from those experiences.
Fidel?
So 10 out of the 11 clients I have being evicted are being evicted by new landlords. 4 of them are being evicted through substantial remodel because they refused illegal rent increases. 3 are being evicted for substantial remodel because they reported habitability violations to the city. In 11 out of 11 cases that I have litigated in court, I have had to argue that the local city protections should not even apply because they are so much weaker than what the state offers. My most recent tenant is a 24-year-old tenant from Council District 15 with 3 children in local schools. I'm sure I'm going to be retaining substantial remodel eviction tenants until the day and the second that we fix this loophole. Thank you.
Yeah, Rob, he's yeah, but a
Hello,
guy like
Speaker.
that you
If
can't
you
hold
remind
down
us what you
forever.
signed up
That's
for,
what I was
please.
saying to Mox. I don't want to play any more
Agenda
games.
item 11
You don't have
and
to.
general public comment.
Please go ahead.
He'll wake up
Good
sooner or
morning.
later.
My name is Mariana. I'm a tenant in District 9, and I work with Sage, and I'm here to comment on agenda item 11. I'm urging you to vote yes on this motion to end rent evictions in LA allowed under
Well,
the Just
geez, I
Cause
don't think it was
ordinance.
his
And apart from
idea
that, we
to
need to amend it to include an urgency
leave.
clause. We have proof, the data from LA Housing Department has confirmed that most rent evictions are carried out by corporate landlords to get around rental protections. We also know that there are landlord attorneys who are actively advocating for landlords to use this loophole to further evict tenants. We see it every day. We see families on the streets every day. I'm sure you guys saw them on your way to work today. You guys see with your eyes how much our families are struggling. So if you are truly for the community, if you are truly for the people that you're supposed to be representing, we are urging you to pass this today to stop rent evictions and to stop evictions in LA. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, if you please remind us what you signed up for.
I'm speaking on agenda item 11.
Please begin.
I'm Jocelyn Sanchez, a tenant in District 14. I'm asking you all to vote yes on the motion to end rent evictions in LA allowed under the Just Cause Ordinance and to amend it to include an urgency clause. There is no reason to allow elders and tenants to be unfairly evicted for renovation work when an alternative solution that allows tenants to return to their homes, like the LA Tenant Habitability Plan, already exists. It is painful to see our communities, our elders, be plagued by stress for simply trying to live in the neighborhoods they've always called their home. Even when tenants win their eviction cases in court, the current legal loophole allows landlords to continually serve new notices. The housing crisis will only worsen with continued evictions.
Oh, he should,
Today, you can all
Jay-Z.
take tangible action to actually protect the everyday
No.
Angelino and to do something meaningful
No,
in
he'll win
fighting the housing
MVP of the
crisis.
year.
Thank you.
But as far as the World Series MVP, if it ends tonight, there's no way. There's no way any player on either
Hello.
team deserves it more than
Buenos
Freddie
días,
Freeman.
Estimado miembro del Consejo.
Hi, good
And Freddie Freeman was
comentarios,
traded because the
público,
Braves
y
gave
puedo
up
hablar
on
sobre el
him.
City
punto
council
número
members.
They acquired
would like
Matt
to
Olson.
Make, public comments.
Mi nombre
So the
es
Braves
Marcela
gave
Herrera.
up on Freddie.
My name is Magdalena Herrera.
Soy inquilino del distrito número 7.
Can't be mad at Freddie for that.
I'm a tenant.
Sobre el tema de la Agenda 11, por
I am
favor,
going
vote sí
to
a la
speak on
moción
item number 11
para poner fin a los desalojos por remodelación en Los Ángeles.
I would like to put an end to evictions due to remodeling.
Permitidos por la ordenanza de causa justa y enmendarla para incluir una cláusula de urgencia.
I would like for you to include an emergency clause.
Cientos de familias han sido
Right, but they
desplazadas
acquired
debido a
Matt
las
Olson
obras de
before they
renovación.
traded him.
Hundreds of
Why did you
families have
acquire
been
another first
displaced
baseman
due to the
who's young and in his prime,
remodeling.
hitting big bombs?
Los
You're not
alquileres
playing
aquí
them
ya son
both.
demasiado
That's got to tell you
altos
something.
para familias
Oh,
como
let's
la mía.
land this guy
The
first.
rents
Make
are
sure we
way
got
too,
what we
the
needed.
rent is way too
then
high,
trade him.
and my family cannot afford to pay the high rents anymore.
Look at the
Si me
sequence.
desalojan debido a una
Braves
renovación,
told him and his
es
agent,
posible
kick
que
rocks,
pueda quedar
homie.
mi
We don't
familia
need you
como
no more. You're an
homeless,
old
y
guy
ese es
now.
un
If
problema
they,
actual.
You're in
if
your
they
30s.
evict me,
He was
due
probably
to
32 then.
Remodeling,
35, I
will
think,
end
now.
up homeless.
que no se ha resuelto. Y
Stop,
sí
maybe
es
5
traumante
years?
para mí,
Maybe?
como madre de
Left?
familia.
3 maybe?
I'm a mother, and this would be a traumatic experience for me and my kids.
Mookie's fantastic, but he doesn't deserve the
Imagínense para
MVP.
mis hijos. Son
I
Not
can't
of the
even
World
imagine.
Series.
7 de mi familia conmigo, entonces
What
sí
would
es
be like?
preocupante. Y les pido, por favor, que voten sí. Gracias.
I urge you to vote yes on number 11. Thank you.
Buen día.
Thank you.
It is, Monk.
Hello, Speaker.
Buenos días. Es un gusto
Like
estar
I said,
aquí
I
en
wouldn't be
este
surprised if
momento.
most of these people get a
Mi
T-shirt
nombre es Josefina
and
Estrada.
$25
Good
to
morning.
just show up.
My name is Josefina Estrada.
Hoy vengo a hablar sobre el punto número 11.
I would like to speak on item number 11.
Estoy en desacuerdo a los desalojos y remodelaciones porque nadie debería perder su
That was
hogar.
game one,
I
though,
am
Natalie.
against evicting tenants due
Okay,
to
I get what you're
remodeling.
saying. Yeah, I guess.
Porque su propietario quiera renovarlo.
Took the wind out of their sails
Y hoy
right away.
estamos aquí pidiéndoles
sense.
que pongan fin a los desalojos. sin
I am
causa
here
justa.
today to
Yeah,
ask you
JC.
to put an end to the
He's been hurt,
evictions.
Sue.
Y les pido que voten sí a la 11
Why is not
I
pitching?
urge you to vote yes on 11, item 11.
porque hay una gran solución que existe en Los Ángeles. El
Yeah,
plan
3
de
straight games,
habitabilidad
Joe.
para inquilinos.
If he homers
There
tonight,
is a
nobody
solution,
in
and
baseball
the
history has
solution
done
is
that. They'll be looking to him to see if he'll hit a
for
dinger.
the housing reability.
Que permite que los inquilinos con alquiler
I like rice too,
estabilizados
Fubar.
sean reubicados durante las obras de construcción
I
con
love
la
rice.
posibilidad de
I don't
regresar
like it,
a
I
sus
love it.
hogares cuando
In other
finalicen.
words, what I meant to say is that if they plan to remodel, they can relocate the tenants, and then they would have the right to come back to the same building.
Les pido que amplíen este programa para todos los inquilinos de Los Ángeles.
I urge you to expand this plan for
There you
all
go, Juice.
Angelinos.
That's a better
Votemos
statement.
sí a la número 11.
Braves just
Please
did 'em
vote
wrong.
yes on item number 11.
There we go.
Gracias.
Sold an $878 card right now. Let's go.
Hello, Speaker. If you please remind us of the items you signed up for.
Yes, item 11 in general public comment.
Please go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Chris Tyler, and like many others here today, I'd like to speak on item 11, I am a tenant in CD13, and I am a proud survivor of multiple bold and sometimes quite innovative forms of landlord harassment. As I stand before you, I wonder how many more times the tenants on Mohawk Street need to be served unlawful detainers before we can plainly and openly name this legally sanctioned harassment for what it actually is. If these bathroom and kitchen remodels are genuinely so urgent, we should use something like the tenant habitability plan to prevent further displacement, no matter the hardship that this additional paperwork may inflict on landlords. Most importantly, let's place an emergency moratorium on renovictions right now. The longer this ordinance wades through council, the more time we give landlords, big and small, to serve rushed eviction notices to tenants across the city, alleging that they need 4 months to install a dishwasher. This has to stop. Yes on 11, urgency clause now, then let's close the loophole for good. Thank you.
So weird. I can see Stinks is sleeping. He's got
Alex
one eye
Jassett,
halfway open.
Chad Williams.
And he's like moving. He's twitching.
Audit LA. Stefano Medina. Dorothy Cardenas.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Martín Díaz.
Good morning, my name is Martín Díaz.
Vengo a hablar referente a la enmienda número 11.
I would like to speak on item number 11.
Yo vengo de Pacoima.
I am from Pacoima.
Y tenemos más de 20 años viviendo en los mismos edificios.
My family and I have been in the same building for the last 20 years.
Y gracias a Dios a nosotros nos ha tocado que el dueño es muy buena gente, muy comprensivo.
Our landlord is, thank God, he's a good guy.
Y por eso vengo a pedirles que ustedes tienen el poder de parar, porque creo que no todos tienen el mismo corazón, los mismos sentimientos.
But I don't think every property owner has a good heart. I got lucky.
Yeah,
porque algunos se aprovechan de que
9 o'clock,
una ley,
1 hour later.
pues abusan de eso para.
Because they got to give the kiddies their candy.
Base their decisions that they make based on the law.
Para poder sacar a los inquilinos y con el pretexto de que van a remodelar y por
so
eso.
This law allows them to evict the tenants.
Así que les pedimos,
when they say
pues,
that they are going to remodel the units.
Así que ustedes tienen el poder de parar todo eso y que voten sí a la 11, por favor.
You have the power to do something. You have the power to stop this. Please vote yes on item number 11.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Hello, can you hear?
Hi.
Hi.
Would you please tell us which items you signed up for?
Yes, sir. I would like to speak on 1, 2, 11, 29, and 32. I know I'll try to make it quick. And public comment.
Okay, please go ahead. You have 3 minutes for the item, and after that, a minute for general public comment. Please begin.
Thank you, sir. On number 1, I'm going to say no because Mr. Mr. Martinez has not fixed the solution, the problem with these planters that are non-ADA compliant. There's 250 of them. And until we know that he can handle that, no offense, but that the city can handle that, we don't need more CUPs and bar licenses and stuff because they're not going to be monitored and watched. And the same thing for number 2, because in Ms. Rahman's area, we have La Poubelle, another absolute nightmare, including the log in front of it. And until they can get the ones that we already have in line, we shouldn't be adding more. Let's just, get what we have already under control. For number 11, I need to point out, as precious as the friendship is with Ms. Hernandez and Padilla, it's great to see them giggle and share a snack and and just have a great time gabbing. It might not be really appropriate when people are about to be homeless. Okay, they're up here crying, begging for their lives, for their homes. It's just not the time, but of course I do support, besties. But also on L. Ron Hubbard Way, there's people being, I believe it may be under the same prop, that they're being kicked out of their rent-controlled buildings because they are sick and tired of these endless street closures, and they are now being evicted because they dare to speak up against Scientology. Scientology, I know I get fair gamed. I mean, I get treated poorly because I stand up against their abuse. But these are people who are actually losing their homes because Scientology is their landlord. And just because they want their street open. And again, Mr. Martinez, please get that street opened so these people, but they're already being evicted, so I think it's too late, but they spoke up against it. I was going to say something nice on 32 because Mr. McCosker always listens and stuff, but since he's not here to listen, oh, he is here to listen, never mind. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. He's like the best one. He's the only one that listens. He's stand up. Like he needs to teach the rest of them how to behave. He's not there, giggling and having, lunch.
Jack-o'-lantern, buckethead.
When he makes a mistake, he apologizes, unlike Ms. Padilla. But,
the lady's speaking in the wheelchair.
So whatever he
Audit
puts
LA.
in, I'm going to try to do my best to support when he's running again. I don't live in this district,
See,
but
when
I
I
wanna
zoom
help
in,
him
it gets
out
pixelated.
because he gained my respect.
Let's try that.
And as far as 29, I guess I also want to make sure whenever we're dealing with the police commissioner or anything that they are willing to separate themselves, LAPD, from the Church of Scientology, which has a huge hold on you guys. Okay, public comment.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, my chat, because we like to stream, we love to learn about this stuff. They introduced me to a really cool channel on YouTube called Smoke and Scan. And what I love about it, because I checked it out, it's really cool. They're just fun, they're having a great time, but they're watching all of this. Like, you don't see a lot of places that want to show what's going on in our city government. So he catches all your shenanigans, but then I guess he catches all of our this side's shenanigans as well. But I do appreciate that Smoke and Scan is there. Like they're watching your TV, but they're able to see it. So I don't know. I'm going to give a shout out to Smoke and Scan and then say, I want to know how they feel about this little bestie situation developing. That being said, can you guys just do better at listening to the public? People come here because they have really serious issues and they want to be heard, and respect is a part of that. If you can't respect them, why be here? Thank you.
Thank you, Audit LA. Thank you for the multiple shout outs.
Hello, Speaker. If you'd please
I think you're going to have to vote different and clean house in order to get anything done, Audit, in my opinion.
So my name is Alex Jassett.
Too much coercion, too many people in cahoots.
Los Angeles, and the LA for Resilient and Healthy Homes
Yeah,
Coalition.
it's Audit LA,
and
just
also
like that,
as a tenant
Rocket.
in CD1. Speaking in support of item 11, including the urgency ordinance. It is crucial that LA's building stock is updated so that we are not evicting long-term, no-fault tenants simply so corporate landlords can squeeze more profit from their units at the expense of low-income Angelenos. We already have a model for dealing with this problem through the Tenant Habitability Program, and we should extend those protections to all tenants in LA. This is especially important as LA continues to upgrade buildings to increase efficiency and reduce emissions, and having a healthy home should not necessitate an eviction.
I do, David.
We cannot address the climate crisis by exacerbating the housing crisis. We are strongly in favor of closing the substantial remodel loophole immediately and urge you all to vote yes in order to protect vulnerable tenants now. I also want to thank all of your offices for meeting with our coalition to address this problem, and particularly David Tirone and Councilmember Blumenfield's office for working with us to help navigate this process. Thank you all, and I appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Thank you, Renee. Hey, Renee.
Welcome. Hello.
Hola, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es
Yeah,
Claudia Ábalos. Y
Hi,
vengo a hablar sobre el punto número 11.
They stream in front of the Scientology buildings, I believe.
Vengo a hablar sobre el punto número 11.
They have several.
I would like to speak on item number 11.
The cult.
Okay. Ustedes están a cargo ustedes están en el cargo gracias a nosotros.
You are here because we elected you.
Los elegimos para que representen nuestros intereses.
We elected you to represent our interests.
Somos sus contribuyentes y como votantes determinamos su futuro como funcionarios.
We pay taxes,
electos.
we vote, so we determine who is in this 15 positions.
En
Thank
este
you, Wonder Woman.
asunto de desalojos por renovación,
I would like to speak also about displacement, evictions due to renovation.
Les pedimos que representen nuestros intereses.
We ask you, we voted for you, we ask you to represent us and what is beneficial to us.
Aún hay tiempo.
We still have time.
Pongan fin a los desalojos por renovación e implementen de inmediato una ordenanza de urgencia para detener el aumento de estos y otros tipos de desalojos.
Stop all evictions and let's implement an ordinance, an emergency ordinance, so we have no more evictions.
Miles de nosotros estamos a punto de perder nuestras viviendas.
Thousands of people are on the edge of losing their home.
Y muchas otras personas ya las han perdido.
And many other people have already lost their homes.
Esto deja claro que su representación ha estado ausente.
It is clear that you are not representing us.
But you may have voted for them, did you?
Con voz y voto.
Thousands of people that voted for you. We have the power to vote you. To vote for you.
There you go.
Podemos cambiar las reglas y establecer un control de renta accesible para
they're telling you what their vote is worth.
Y para las
you want our vote?
Para las
do this for us.
We need rent control for the working class, not for the corporations.
Gracias.
See?
Thank you.
So there they go, the begging voters.
Arnold Sachs.
No
Damon
way.
Kusik,
Please.
Jason
Please let Arnold
Eby,
Sachs be up in there.
Riley Reed,
Oh,
Alex
please.
Scott, and Angela Bai.
Hello, Speaker. If you'd please remind us of the items or general public comment you signed up for.
Yes, I'll be speaking on item 11. My name is Che. I'm an organizer with District 10 and District 5, and I work with ACE. Pretty much, I'm here to urge you to vote yes to end the evictions here in Los Angeles. This is crucial for tenants. Hundreds of families that have been displaced over the last 12 months need this yes. This loophole has been a tool for landlords to legally evict and torment families with evictions or renovations. Why should they have a tool like this? Scummy law firms like Dennis Block and Associates feed off these loopholes, so let's not feed the leeches out there. I want to also state that we have a great solution that already exists in Los Angeles. It's the tenant habitability plan. We've actually seen it work when it's implemented correctly. We've been organizing with the building 3750, the Glendon tenants in District 5. These families have been living through these repairs and going through these evictions while fighting their landlord at the same time. So we really, really need to see this urgency implemented for the seniors, the PLC folks, the community folks who are sitting right behind me, and pretty much clear out the substantial remodeling loophole. Thank you.
So Dennis Block is the largest eviction attorney here in LA.
Hello, Speaker. If you'd please remind
That's
us.
who
what
he
you
was
signed up for.
referring to there.
Yeah, I'm here to speak on agenda item number 11.
Please go ahead.
I'm here to share Victor's story, who cannot be here today, and this is directed to Councilmember Lee. My name is Victor Alava, and I live in CD12. My family was one of several families that was rent-evicted from a 42-unit building on Lassen Street, and I'm urging you to close the substantial remodel loophole with an urgency ordinance so no other tenant has to endure what I went through. In 2020, a corporate landlord purchased my home, and after the COVID eviction moratorium ended, I was served a 60-day eviction notice and forced to move out so the owner could remodel the kitchen, bedrooms, and bathroom. I now pay $1,000 more in rent each month. I'm 56 years old, and to afford my rent, I now have to work multiple jobs. My mental health has suffered, and today all I do is work. The reason I'm sharing my story is because I can't afford to take time off from my job. If I take any time off, I'll be living on the street. This loophole allows landlords to force out long-term tenants under the guise of unnecessary rent evictions. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you could have worked overtime right now.
Hello, Speaker. If you'd please remind us what you signed up for.
Hi, I'd like to speak for item number 11.
Please go ahead.
My name is Jason, and I'm a member of Chinatown Community for Equitable Development, and I'm here today to speak in solidarity with the Mohawk tenants, as well as all those affected by a substantial renovations clause that allows landlords to just evict people like that. It's terrible that there's such a loophole that allows people to be evicted in such a way. There should be an urgency ordinance added as well. Please stop allowing landlords to uproot community members from their communities, their families, these children's, elders, working families. Don't allow landlords to just evict them like that. I yield the rest of my time.
Thank you.
Who'd you vote for, dude? I'll
And
explain
if
it
you
all
mind,
to you as soon as you
speaker,
tell me
what you signed up
who you
for.
voted for.
Hi, my name is Alex. I'm here to speak item 11 and also to give them a general comment.
Okay, please go ahead.
Hi, like I said, my name is Alex. I'm a member of the
Not
Los
too
Angeles
much, Bill.
Tenants Union. I'm a tenant
What's up,
in
bud?
CD 13 in Hollywood. I'm also DSA Los Angeles' Housing and Homelessness co-chair. And I am here to speak in favor of passing item number 11. This loophole is being used. It is being actively advanced by landlords and their attorneys as essentially a way to get around the Just Cause Ordinance as a pretext for harassment and eviction. And it is actively undermining the purpose of the Just Cause Ordinance and actively adding to the housing crisis in the city.
That's virtual signaling, Chris.
In Hollywood, we've seen lots of tenants facing.
That's how Democrats
facing
show they're
evictions
Democrats
brought on
now.
as a clear pretext for displacement and replacement.
I'm
and,
ultra. That's
replacement of
MAGA
higher paying
Democrat.
tenants using this loophole. Because of that,
Except for
we
the
are
Make
here as
America
City
Great
Council
part.
to do the right thing and to pass this ordinance. Basically.
That's ultra.
And do I have general
Ultra
comment?
Dem.
Please go ahead.
Blue
Yeah,
dress.
so that general comment
mask.
obviously is pretty straightforward. We're asking you all to pass the Tahoe 2.0 amendments, and we're asking you all to reform the RSO.
What's up, Chris?
the way
How are you,
that
buddy?
The Keep LA Housing amendments to the RSO formula for how rent increases are calculated every year, so that inflation is not just passed on to tenants, but is shared equally amongst tenants and landlords. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Jews, there's a lot of
John,
places, a lot of
Pete,
companies that don't even
Sarah,
want to insure homeowners, no
Watlington,
matter what the price is.
Chelsea, Kirk, Adam, Robles, Claudia Avelos.
Hi, speaker. If you'd please
Yeah,
remind us
Mr.
what you
Sachs
signed
should
up
already
for.
be there. And I didn't see
I'm
him.
speaking on
Thanks, so he
item
just said
number
the
11
name.
and general public comment.
Please go ahead.
Hmm.
I'm Angela Bai. I represent the Los Angeles Alliance for a New Economy and the Los Angeles for Resilient and
dark
Healthy
commie?
Homes
Yeah.
Coalition. Please vote yes on the motion to end rent evictions in LA allowed under the Just Cause Ordinance and amend it to include an urgency clause. Buildings are the largest source of emissions in Los Angeles. As an energy efficiency and decarbonization advocate, as well as a climate justice advocate, I'm pushing for fully electrified homes powered by clean energy with fair wages and strong labor standards for the workers making this transition. Not only will this
Where's
contribute
Stacy,
to decreasing
too?
CO2 emissions
called
and help the city
Stacy's
of
name,
Los
and I
Angeles
haven't
get
heard
to our
her.
goal of 100%
She would've
clean
signed
energy
up.
by
I mean, she would've stood up by now.
2035. It will also improve indoor and outdoor air quality, which means real health impacts for people, especially those in communities
probably Herman.
historically burdened by air pollution. This work
Writing
is
everybody's
important and
names in
essential
there.
for Los Angeles, but I do not
And we
want
heard
to
goat
see it
developer.
result in tenant displacement
Well, we
due
ain't
to
seen
the
Mr.
rent
Spindler.
eviction clause. In my work, I've heard so many stories of tenants needing repairs in their home, but explicitly rejecting help to do the necessary renovations because they do not want their rents to increase.
Well, if you
or
cut
they're
government
too afraid
spending
of
in,
being evicted.
yes, then you could
It's incredibly
cut out your
heartbreaking that
property
because of the
taxes, but
systematic
that certainly
commodification
won't
of
happen
housing
if one
around which
side
an
wins.
entire legal structure is shaped, people have to choose to live in substandard conditions or choose to face eviction. We cannot be pitting healthy homes against having a home at all. All Angelinos deserve to live in healthy homes without fear of eviction and displacement.
Cheers, mate.
I thank Councilmember Blumenfield for your leadership on this issue so far, and I urge City Council to join with the many other cities in Los Angeles County that have closed the rent evictions loophole by amending the Just Cause Ordinance to stop evictions for substantial remodels, as well as support the urgency ordinance to stop landlords currently trying again and again to displace tenants.
Pete, what
in
part of
bad faith.
England are you from?
Thank you.
Thank you.
You watching from London? I was watching
Speaker,
some
could you
videos
remind
of
us
this
what you signed
dude
up for, please?
who's just like
Number
a
11?
walk
Please go
streamer.
ahead.
Him and his wife
Hello,
tried
my
to
name
snatch
is
his
Sarah
phone
Watlington,
twice
and I'm a tenant in
while he was
district number
on.
13. Speaking on agenda item
Fucking
11,
phone snatchers are
it is
deep out there.
critical and overdue that you pass this item with the urgency clause to protect vulnerable tenants like the Mohawk Association immediately. I want to emphasize that this
Saw that
trend
shit in
of
Dublin,
renovictions
Ireland,
is driven by opportunistic
20 minutes after we
landlords, and there
landed.
should be no exemption made for any landlord. Small landlords have successfully utilized the tenant habitability program. We have effective systems in place that protect tenants while allowing for necessary renovations. Please support the motion to end renovictions to ensure that all renters are protected regardless of their landlord size. The urgency clause is critical in passing this swiftly and protecting my neighbors. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Next speaker. Hello, speaker.
Speaking on item 11 in general public
Bransted,
comment.
Please go ahead.
South of London.
Good morning, members of the LA City Council. My name is Chelsea Kirk. I'm a renter in District 13. I'm also a policy director at
Was that
SAGE.
Banstead? Oh, it's Banstead.
This just
Sorry,
cause
my eyes.
provision for substantial remodel is not just at all. It has caused hundreds of families to be evicted for no fault of their own, including many who are here today and many more who are not because they no longer live in LA. Last month, notorious Dennis Block advised landlords on how to sidestep rent control using this provision in a webinar titled Renovate to Beat Rent Control. He says, what if your tenant is doing nothing wrong and you have this beautiful apartment and the rent is $700 and you can't just ask them to move under rent control? You have to have a reason. That reason, Dennis Block says, is if you want to renovate the unit. These unjust evictions must end now. We need an urgency clause. Thank you, Council Members Blumenfield and Yaroslavsky, for your leadership on this issue. Thank you to all those who seconded this motion. I hope every other council member here today will follow your lead and close this loophole. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like when they were asking me about the prices for the one bedroom, and it just varies.
Hello,
Houses
Speaker, if
vary.
you'd
I mean,
remind us
houses
to
on
sign up for
Figueroa,
please.
like I say, are
Good
700,000.
My name is Adam Robles, and I'm speaking
Have
on
people
general public
fucking in
comment.
front of your
Please
house
go
all
ahead.
night.
I'm here in honor of Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Month. On May 2nd, 2024, my sister Selena Robles, a loyal public servant and captain of the Los Angeles Police Department, lost her son and my nephew, Noah Antonio Robles, during labor from complications from preeclampsia. An estimated 300,000 women and babies get very sick each year in the United States from preeclampsia, a life-threatening hypertensive disorder that occurs only
So
during
many
pregnancy
cops in there today.
and the postpartum period.
Something's going on.
I'm here to give a voice to my nephew Noah,
Oh, the
who experienced a
LAPD
tragic
in
and
there.
preventable death, and to all families who have experienced similar tragedies. I'm asking that the city of Los Angeles take the lead on improving maternal and infant health, and that it work with the healthcare system and organizations like the Preeclampsia Foundation to improve pregnancy outcomes. We love you, Noah. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you,
telling
I'm
you.
sorry.
Even those hotels where the hookers are fucking and they're renting the rooms out for an hour, bed bug in, that's got to be worth $1.5 million, $2 million. Just to let you know. That is not no 300 grand and you're in,
Speaker,
son.
if you'd remind
No
us what
way.
you signed
No
up for,
how.
please.
I'm speaking on
No way,
item
no
11.
how.
Please go ahead.
Hi, I'm John Peltz. I'm an organizer with Ground Game LA. I'm sometimes a journalist. I'm a renter in CM Ramen District, and I'm also a lifelong gamer. I'm out
Gamer?
here supporting the Mohawk Tenants Association. I implore the full council to pass an emergency ordinance and close a substantial remodel loophole. Council should also vote for an emergency moratorium, eviction moratorium. LA should follow the lead of cities like Culver City, Maywood, unincorporated LA County, and
I
South
gamed
Pasadena
last
and get
night
rid
for
of
the first time in,
We already have a homelessness crisis.
I don't know,
that
8,
many of
9
you
months?
worsened by displacing people with violent sweeps. There's no reason
Couldn't
to allow
even figure out
landlords,
my password.
more tools to further displace people.
That
Vote
took
yes on
20
11.
minutes.
Thank you.
Fucking Microsoft. I gotta get rid of that shit. But it was kind of fun. Smoking fools. I didn't do so bad. First game, we were second
Selena
platoon.
Robles, Gianna
And I led the
Nguyen,
platoon for the next game, and
Laura
we were top
Garcia,
platoon.
Laura Matter, Carlos Gonzalez,
Smoke.
Shabina E.
Went to Nintendo U. Yes,
Speaker.
Stinks 1 2
Good
3.
afternoon. My
is
name
the
is Selena
password.
Robles. I'm here to speak on general public
Now I gotta
comment.
change it, Oscar, because you let everybody know.
Good afternoon. I'm the captain of the LAPD assigned to Pacific Division. I oversee patrol operations. I've been a captain. I have over 18 years of experience.
Battlefield 2024 or
Received
2042,
unfortunate
whatever
news
the
that I
fuck
lost
it
my
is.
baby
2042.
during my pregnancy while at
Battlefield
the hospital, which was
2042.
a very preventable death. I was diagnosed with preeclampsia with severe features. I received the most heartbreaking news that my baby boy lost his heartbeat. I further experienced complications in the ICU.
Bed bug.
According to the CDC, there's over 21,000 babies that die annually as a result of stillbirth. This is a silent crisis. I asked City Council and City of Los Angeles, like my brother mentioned, to take lead on advancing and doing a comprehensive progress with maternal health. I will always credit my little boy for giving me the best title ever. That was Mommy. Thank you for having the heart of a champion, my little boy. I'll be here to always be your voice. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, I like Breakthrough. Because it's, you against the other side, of course, but you're going in stages, trying to take area checkpoints. And then if you can get those points, then it moves to the next, and then the next. And I like to be slow and methodic, but
Hello,
push
Speaker, can you remind us
all
what
at the
you signed
same
up for,
time.
please?
Not
Hi, my name is Gianna, and I'm speaking on item number 11.
Galaga?
general
Yeah, I
comment.
played Galaga back in the day, dog.
So I am a student in CD1 and an intern at Esperanza Community Housing, a member of the LAR Coalition. I'm here to urge you to amend the Just Cause for Eviction Ordinance to stop evictions for substantial remodels and vote yes on an urgency ordinance to stop the surge of these evictions now. Hundreds of households are
Me too,
currently
Charles.
facing eviction due to the substantial remodel
So yesterday.
provision in our Just Cause ordinance. These renovictions are worsening our housing crisis,
True, steady.
displacing vulnerable Angelinos
Steadily.
and pushing more into homelessness. Other Southern California cities, Inglewood, South Pasadena, Culver City, have closed this loophole. Los Angeles must act now and follow their lead.
Oh, yeah,
Lastly,
Jacob.
please extend the tenant habitability plan to all tenants in the city, not just those under rent stabilization. Let's protect all Angelinos. Thank you.
No, I agree. A good team helps, Jacob, and especially in a game like that, because that's not Call of Duty where you're running around in a maze.
Hello, Speaker. If you please remind us what
Playing
you signed
against,
up for.
vehicles
Hi,
and
agenda
stuff
item
too.
11.
and-
Please go ahead.
My name is Laura. I'm with Communities for
Hi,
a Better
Melanie.
Environment in Council District 15. We urge you to vote yes on the motion to end rent evictions in LA, allowed under the Just Cause Ordinance, and amend it to include an urgency clause. To address the climate crisis, LA is going to mandate electrification and energy efficiency upgrades to residential buildings. However, these upgrades will cause evictions if you do not act now to close a substantial remodel loophole. We cannot address the climate crisis by worsening the housing crisis. Evictions displace communities and families, force long commutes, sprawl, and other climate impacts. Removing the substantial remodel as a cause for eviction is lawful under state law. The Tenant Protection Act of 2019 explicitly allows local governments to pass eviction protections that are more protective of tenants than state law. Rental units where rent increases are regulated by the Tenant Protection Act will continue to have the same legal limits apply since tenancies will no longer be terminated due to renovations. This is urgent. Seniors and families in our community will be served their third substantial remodel eviction at the end of November if this doesn't pass with an urgency clause. And thank you, Blumenfield, for working with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
$300. Is it really $300 to dye your hair?
Hello, Speaker. If you please remind us what items you signed up for.
Yes, number 11 in general public comment.
Please go ahead.
Thank you.
They
My
lie.
name is Laura Matter. I'm an attorney at Inner City Law Center, and I represent the tenants at the Mohawk Street property. You've heard from some of them this morning. I'm here to urge you to vote yes on number 11 and pass an urgency ordinance to eliminate substantial remodel as a basis for eviction under the Just Cause Ordinance. The Just Cause Ordinance was meant to prevent arbitrary evictions and also prevent rent gouging. This provision essentially allows arbitrary evictions and rent gouging. New owners are using this pretextually to flip properties and to remove long-term tenants. We also need an urgency ordinance because the word is out among the landlord bar that this loophole is available, and these evictions are happening now, and they will continue to happen until the loophole is closed. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you'd remind us what you signed up for, please speak up.
Agenda item number 11 and general public comment.
Please go ahead.
Hello, my name is Carlos Gonzalez. I'm a community organizer and a tenant advocate at SAGE. I am also a tenant at Council District number 9, and I will be speaking on item number 11. Please vote yes on the motion to end rent evictions in LA allowed under the Just Cause Ordinance and amend it to include an urgency clause. Hundreds of families have been displaced due to renovation work. These evictions are making our housing crisis worse. We need an urgency ordinance to protect vulnerable Angelenos from displacement and homelessness. Landlords are falsely claiming that the tenant habitability program is so burdensome and it discourages repair work. On the contrary, it creates a streamlined and regulated process for making repairs, which landlords are legally responsible for making. Please extend the tenant habitability program to all renters in LA. This is really urgent. There are seniors and families in our community who will be served their third substantial remodel eviction at the end of November.
We're gonna find out, Pete.
Doesn't pass with an urgency clause.
Very soon.
No one should lose their home because their landlord wants to renovate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Martin Grimaldo.
That's exactly it, Jim. And those sponsors are the reason why they're in the shithole.
Corrales, Laurez Mata, Casey V.
Hi, if you'd please remind us what you signed up for.
Agenda 11.
Please begin.
Good morning, City Council. My name is Shabina, and I'm a resident of City District 14. I would like to speak on behalf of Agenda Item 11. I'm here with all my comrades in red and so many more that couldn't make it here today to urge you to vote yes on Item 11 and to end the rent evictions loophole today. At a time like this, the city should be doing everything possible to address houselessness. It would be embarrassing to allow the rent eviction loophole to privilege landlords and leave families vulnerable to displacement. The loophole needs to be closed today with the addition of an urgency ordinance to prevent further and ongoing displacement. Many of the families here today have kids in school and grandparents who live with chronic illness and don't have time to wait. End the loophole, amend the ordinance to include an urgency clause, and protect tenants now.
Thank you.
Maybe she wasn't one of the ones making noise, Adrian. Usually they just go after the ones disrupting.
Hi, item.
Even though they tried to clear the room, you know.
Okay, please begin.
So, my name is Luke McDonald, and
What's up, Fight Fan?
I'm hoping that you guys will all vote yes on the motion.
Mad trees?
Renovation in LA.
I don't know.
Ridiculous that there's this loophole open. There's a really big incentive for landlords to kick out tenants who've been living there a long time, and it makes the city a worse place to have this kind of eviction crisis happening. So I would also hope that you all amend the ordinance to include an urgency clause so that it takes effect immediately. And also, I just want to point out the tenant habitability plan exists. It's a program that is already ensuring that the repairs and renovations can be made, but without evicting tenants. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You've swayed me with your fantastic comment. Your commentary was so riveting, it has swayed my vote.
Hello.
Hi. Which items did you sign up for?
¿De qué puntos quiere hablar?
Del punto número 11.
Point number 11.
Please begin.
Por favor, empiece.
Mi nombre es Lourdes Mata. Tengo 59 años. Soy inquilina y vivo en Eco Park. Estoy aquí para instalar a que pongan fin a los desalojos por renovaciones importantes y adopten una ordenanza de urgencia.
Permítame un momento.
Okay.
My name is Lourdes Mata, and I am 59 years old, and I am speaking on item 11. I am a renter, and I live in Echo Park. I'm here to urge you to stop the substantial remodel evictions and adopt an urgency ordinance.
I am
Continúe, por
easily
favor.
swayed.
Para detener el aumento de estos desalojos ahora. He vivido aquí 35 años, tengo hijos, nietos
Free
que
tampons for
crecieron
the last
aquí.
guy speaking.
Esta comunidad lo es todo para mí.
Permítame. To stop my family
Maybe
from
he's
being evicted
menstruating.
next month. I have lived there for 35
you know,
years, and I
Jacob.
have children and grandchildren.
Could
who
be
grew
that
up
time of the
here.
month for him.
This community is everything for me. Continúe, por favor.
He estado en este apartamento más de la mitad de mi vida y me estoy recuperando de un tratamiento de cáncer.
I have been in this apartment for more than half of my life, and I'm recovering from cancer treatment.
Hemos estado luchando contra los
So, Max.
desalojos. Hemos ganado 2 veces, pero ahora hemos recibido otro aviso de 60 días.
We have been fighting against eviction. We have won the case twice, but received another 60-day notice.
Todos nos conocemos y hemos construido una comunidad donde estamos. Pido que cierren la laguna de la renovación porque mi vida está aquí.
We all know each other and have built our community right where we are. And I ask you to they close the renovation loophole because my life is here.
Este es mi hogar y no quiero empezar de nuevo.
This is my home, and I do not want to start over again.
Gracias y bendiciones, y tener un techo es un derecho.
Thank you, many blessings.
What happened?
And to have a roof is a right.
What the hell happened?
Hello, if you'd remind us of what you signed up for, please.
Hi, I'm actually going to do item 11 and general public comment.
Okay, please
What did
begin.
you push over there?
So I'm LA Eyes. I'm an organizer in LA. I'm here to stand in support of closing the rent evictions loophole. I have seen the impact it has had for residents in Los Angeles. It hit close to home
Man,
2
get
years
off the
ago when my
computer.
lifelong family friends told me they found themselves facing evictions and were in need of help. I was forced to leave the same community my friends at Mohawk are in 2013. The impact it was to uproot and leave parts of my identity from a neighborhood I loved and was a part of has been devastating. At Mohawk, Lourdes has been a child caretaker for many years, has served generations of families in Echo Park, Silver Lake communities. Her and her husband are now considered senior citizens and are retired, but are tirelessly and continuously having evictions placed and dismissed 3 times in a row in a year and a half. The uncertainty of their lives while their health is declining should be an eye-opener to all of us that these loopholes are made for greed and economical benefit, not ethical and humane. These loopholes for all evictions need to be closed. For our elderly to our thousands of LAUSD children facing homelessness, displacement, and gentrification need to stop harming our communities and livelihoods. Now, my general public comment would be in alcohol licenses. I don't know what item that was, but there is an overconcentration in Los Angeles. RBP has helped amplify that. Gentrification and displacement comes with these alcohol approvals. The reason it does is because they have an increase of economical benefit and financial gain. They
have her
given the
glasses
highest
on?
limits of commercial units, and they pay an increased amount on commercial units, which trickles down into our communities, and it starts hurting our people in the inner city, in the inner parts of the communities. Or anything that happens in our main streets that cause gentrification ends up going into our little streets. So RBP and alcohol licenses, Eunice knows this because she has said a town hall on this, have affected us greatly. So I would love for you guys to look into the whole spectrum of stopping evictions and not just the loopholes on rent evictions, but all around.
See, that's how it started. See, right there. There it is. So not for just this situation. Now we want to tell landlords how to run their businesses. What you should do is show us your records on how often you pay late. Bet you there's more people that pay late than there are slumlords.
Please unmute yourself.
All right, here we go to the phones.
Caller with the digits ending in 9519.
No, I think we ought to move on to the next person then.
Call in user 2. Please unmute yourself.
What's up, nerds and virgins? Brock Landers, Los Angeles private
There's
investigator. All open items and general public comment.
Shout out
So
to
you
Brock.
have 3 minutes
The law
for
enforcement
the
type
items,
of guy.
which are items 1 through 4, 11, and 12 through 36.
Brock's
Please
back,
begin with
baby.
those, and then you can move on to general public comment.
Sounds like a plan. All right, number one. Why are you guys so worried about allowing people to sell poison in our community? And why aren't you doing more to tackle the issues of black-on-black violence in the African-American community? You guys pump poison into the community, and then you wonder why that there are so many issues in there. And since you guys are going to approve this, because it's going to bring in tax money, and as you have shown us, that you're willing to sell out your community for a little bit of money. I also think that if you're going to sell out your community to this poison, I think that you should remove the requirement of showing a picture ID to purchase this poison. If you don't need an ID to vote, why do I need an ID to buy poison? You know, and if the same was coming down to City Hall, why do I need to show a Vax card to get into City Hall, but I don't need to show a ID to vote? Let's see, 11. Maybe with all the heroes you guys talked about in council last week, why are there still so many homeless issues in LA? With all the great that you guys talked about that you're doing, why is there still so many problems? You guys should have the exact, utopia that we want with an all Democratic city council. And say what you want about KDL being racist. At least he had the balls to talk about the homeless industrial complex and how all these people are making money off the homeless. And I would also like to see the city council members that are landlords. I'd like you guys to show your records for the last 10 years and show how much your rents have gone up. And to the comrades in the crowd, I would like you guys to let me know where the landlords are supposed to get all this free stuff to renovate the apartments with. Let's see, 12. Why haven't we come up with a way to get people to stop stealing the copper? How many times have I told you guys you need to call Jay Santos? He can help you set up a citizens auxiliary patrol. Maybe you guys are encouraging the copper theft. You figure with less lights in LA, there'll be less chance of people shedding lights on your supporters like Diddy, Leo, and your other supporters that prey on kids. 29. Why no binary members? Also, why haven't any of you talked about Michelle Obama's hate speech this weekend about women having ovaries and needing pap smears? That's hate speech. We all know that not all women have ovaries. And with Monica dressing like a Hitler youth recruiter this weekend, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers. General public comment.
Okay.
Hysterical.
If you guys, let's see, shout out to Smoke and Scan. And, last week when I saw you guys all wearing your Dodgers uniforms, I felt a lot like Adam Sandler in The Wedding Singer when he told his girlfriend, to take off his Van Halen shirt so the band doesn't break up. So if you guys don't jinx us, your karma's shitty enough. You've done enough to screw our city over. Don't steal a championship from us. And again, shout out to Damon. Love you. And Jason, keep up your patronage on Figueroa.
Shout out to Brock.
A law enforcement type of guy who is hired
Call in user
by
5.
people
Please
to
unmute
stop
yourself.
these bad individuals.
Love you, Brock. Hope all is well, bud.
All items and general comment.
Yes.
You have 3 minutes
Yes.
for the items.
Viewer discretion is
Followed
advised.
by a minute for general.
Goat herder.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. I'm not Mr. Spindler. I'm his little animal. Mr. Spindler doesn't live here
Please
anymore.
begin.
Now, let's get to number 12, human. Number 12. Fuck number 12 in the asshole. Number 13. Fuck number 13. Number 14. I support it. It's a very good motion. Number 15. Fuck number 15. And the mother that gave birth to the author. Number 16. Fuck number 16. Number 17. Fuck number 17. What are you doing? Oh, I'm ordering you a pizza. Sorry, go ahead. An asshole. Go ahead.
Keep going,
Number
Mr. Spindler.
18. Fuck number 18. Number 19, I supported. Good one. Number 20, fuck number 20. Number 21 and number 22, fuck both number 21 and 22. Number 23, fuck number 23. Number 24, fuck number 24. Number 25, fuck number 25. Number 26, fuck number 26. Number 26, fuck number 26. Number 26, fuck number 26 in the asshole. Number 26, fuck number 26 with a pitchfork. Number 26, fuck number 26. Excuse me a minute. Ew! Go on to 27. Ew! Number 27, my nose. Fuck number 27. Number 28, fuck number 28. Number 29, fuck number 29. Number 30, fuck number 30. Number 31, fuck number 31. Number 32, fuck number 32. Number 33, fuck number 33. Number 34, fuck number 34. Item 35, fuck item 35. Item 36, fuck item 36. Item 94, fuck item 94.
There is no item 94, Mr.
Item
Spindler.
81.
Go on to general.
Fuck item 81. Yes. And today we've done it. We got rid of one black unqualified commissioner and put a hateful Latina commissioner on the LAPD commission. Let's give us a hand. Good job. Yes. Isn't it nice? You're going to have a commissioner that got arrested by LAPD. A judge. Holy shit. I see FBI informant in the future. And, of course, fuck the Dodgers.
Oh.
A bunch of lowlifes have to buy everybody's players. Let's go, Yankees. We can beat City Hall and their evil team. Fuck the city council. But remember to vote for Kevin De Leon. Kevin De Leon will improve your life better than anybody else because he thinks you should also go fuck the city council.
Thank you,
Fuck the
Mr. Spindler.
animals.
Next caller.
Yeah, he's
Caller with the
cuckoo.
digits ending in
You gotta love him.
3713.
Jim's Junk, by the way, he is a bar certified attorney.
Hi, this is Ruth. Can you hear me?
We sure can. What would you like to
No
speak
joke.
11:30 in general, please.
on? Okay, you have a minute for 11, then a minute for 30, and then a minute for general. Please begin.
Okay, fabulous. Thank you. For number 11, yeah, please close the loophole for the evictions. You hear these people in front of you, they've had to do this multiple times.
Yeah, he's an immigration
the amount
attorney.
of energy that they have to put into just staying in this community is ridiculous. Like, they just please help them. For accepting philanthropy, for consulting about homelessness, from the Conrad Hilton Foundation and whatnot. We, like here in LA, there's a lot of issues happening with the LA Alliance and stuff with this Alvarez and Marsal audit. I think it's interesting that these philanthropists are offering to give money to like do another one, basically another audit or something. But like all of these audits tend to be, sometimes they are exploited like to make recommendations that like,
Well, he might be crazy too.
they wanted
Jim.
to make anyway,
Not
and
saying
I'm
that.
just really skeptical
He's just no
about
dummy.
the political motivation
Didn't say he wasn't
of
crazy.
these donors as well as of the alliance auditors. They've lobbied against Measure A, which seems in bad faith, seeing that they have the city under a settlement that requires them to maintain a certain number of beds, and Measure A would allow the city and county to maintain those beds. So why are they lobbying against it? For my general public comment, there's a genocide happening right now in Palestine, and the United States has deployed troops, like at least 100 soldiers.
Cry me a river to the
Soldiers are
sea.
going to come home eventually, hopefully, and be homeless on the streets and on Skid Row and at the VA. You know, we should not be sending soldiers. We should not be sending money or weapons. We need that money here in Los Angeles to take care of our problems, and yet we've used it to fund 70% of the IDF military. Like, over the last year, we
CNN told me.
$25 billion.
$5 billion.
That should have stayed here in Los Angeles. That's our tax money, and these people are dying. There's only I think 50 to 80% of their buildings have been turned into gravel.
Fantastic.
Using weapons
Hopefully it's
that
100%.
here in Los Angeles at Raytheon.
Then you'll learn.
And,
You have no buildings
Northrop
left for
Grumman.
nothing.
Please stop the genocide. Please stop sending money to Israel. Thank you.
Sound like you're going to cry. Come over here. I'll lick those little tears off your cheek. They taste like cherry. I know it.
All right, I believe that concludes our call-in public testimony. We, for the record, took in excess of an hour and a half of public comment for today's meeting. Mr. Clerk, what's
David
next on our agenda?
DePappy, man
Mr.
serving
President, the
30
council
years
may now
for
vote on
attacking
items
Nancy
1,
Pelosi's
3,
husband gets life
4,
term on
12
state
through
charges.
33, 35.
Game home you
and
life.
36.
I know there's people that
Can we do
have
this,
literally
Mr.
murdered
Clerk?
somebody and didn't get life.
Can we open the roll on item number 29 as
Yes,
a
sir.
standalone? All right. Item number 29. Open the roll. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Right.
All right.
Notice how this chick.
can you run through
there's
those,
the chick again. So she passed.
additional items, Mr.
Okay,
Clerk?
so she was certified. Okay, they passed the vote. She's going to be on the LA Board of Commission, the LAPD Commissioners Board. Notice how she was telling it how all she did this. She lived in the black area. And she, whatever she did, all this stuff. Notice she didn't tell you what Mr. Spindler told you about her, saying that she had got arrested allegedly, or apparently. So she forgot to tell you about that one somehow, some way. So they've arrested her, but yet she's on the Board of Commissioners.
Lawski,
Makes
to
sense.
grant the public convenience or necessity application.
All right, that item is open as amended. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
She's got a Pelosi
13
face.
ayes.
She does.
All right, what's next?
Terry
The
says it's a
council may now
bad
vote on item
facelift.
34, which
Everybody
is
else
an
said
item to
Botox.
adopt as amended by motion.
Someone said a
34A,
nasty
Hernandez
chemical
Picasso.
peel.
All right, let's open the roll.
Face was just awfully
Close
shiny.
the roll, tabulate the vote.
Weird looking. More alien-like.
12 ayes.
All right, what's next?
The council may now consider item 11, which was called special by Councilmember Price for recusal.
All right, we got a couple recusals on this item.
Of course,
Let
they got to
Mr.
recuse
Price
themselves. What's he
make his
doing?
way.
Do you have too much coffee today?
And it seems like we've got a number of amendments on these
Too
items,
much
so let's
coffee,
begin
thanks.
to dispense with those.
Yes, Mr. President.
Richard?
There is motion 11.
He was on the first and didn't get called? Yeah, makes sense, Richard.
All right, do we need to vote on these, or are these accepted as
They don't want to hear you because you be spitting all that truth about them. They don't like it. They only want dick suckers.
We have two
And
amendments.
you're not one of those, Richard.
If they're accepted as friendly.
You're only going to get what they give you. The
All right,
crumbs
the
they
author
give
says
you.
it's a friendly amendment. The chair will accept it as friendly.
Until shit changes.
So we can vote on item 11
That's
as
how they actively mute
amended?
people. They
That
do
is
it to me every day.
All right, let's open the roll.
If you don't think YouTube's doing it to me every single day, you're crazy. They're literally pushing people out of the room and they have to come right back in. How many people leave and just don't come back because they think it's me or whatever, or they're not dealing with the having to come back shit every single day. They want to mute my voice. They want to tell you what you should be watching. Okay? And that's it. It's not what you want to watch. It's what they think you should be watching. Okay? And again, if I'm so harmful, just throw me off. But they won't. Why? Because they want that 30%. Because like it or not, that's still thousands of dollars. And I can tell you, all the little scrub streamers like myself, you compile all of us together, that's millions and millions and millions more. Okay, we're no golden gooses, but we still provide money. Staple us all together, it represents millions and millions of dollars. Yeah. Yeah, see, yeah, Hoosier, that's what I'm saying. It's, super censored. YouTube's super censored, man. She is wearing a blanket. She's wearing a Snuggie. We've came out and said it. She's wearing the Snuggie. It's better to listen to her on mute. I mean, really, all of them. It's better to listen to all of them on mute. But I think it's time to pull the ripcord because we're done and they're done. They're just going to back pat and probably bring that chick up to talk more. Who knows? And honor 9 people that died and everything else. So, yeah, I think it's time to pull that cord. Now, we'll be live tonight at 8 p.m. I might go on a little later, guys. Just depends because, again, the last World Series game could be tonight. I don't know. Either way, we're going to go on. Whether they win or whether they lose, we'll be on. But I'd rather go on like right after the game is over versus, going on at the 9th inning. If that makes any sense. So we may be a little later start, 8:30-ish, 8:15, 8:20, somewhere in that range, I'd say. If that's the first Monday, then yes, Laguna. Yes, it is. It's got to be because today's the 29th. So yes. I mean, I don't know if we'll have any action there because they never seem to get together anymore. In either Thornton or Dalton, it's the same shit every time now where they show up, she doesn't. She shows up, they don't. Or we both show up and we're up here on the top level and we wanted to do the meeting on the bottom level and you didn't want to come up to the top, so we're just going to leave. Am I going to be on for election day? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we could do gun hits for ballot box tampering calls. How many times we hear somebody like fucking with a ballot box or something? Yeah, I wouldn't do that if I was you. I wouldn't do that if I was you. So yeah, Oscar, if they win, for sure. Like where we saw in Atlantic and what was it? Atlantic and something. Can't remember the cross street, but East LA will be on fire. Whittier Boulevard will be going crazy. I know that the helicopters will have to be up because they'll be busy just showing you all the fireworks that you'll see across the whole city if they happen to win. If they're lucky enough to do it, yeah, you will see it going off like crazy. And we'll come here, and then who knows, maybe Scott or AXN or somebody will go live on OSTV 405, Jason. Maybe one of them will be out and about. I'm sure they would. I mean, those are actually, for Jason and Scott, those are videos that'll make them money. The fans going crazy, the cars doing donuts, the people throwing fireworks, then the cops coming in. All that is what the major news networks want. That's a juicy story. Okay, especially if it's a slow news day kind of thing and nobody got killed or no craziness happened. That's definitely some good filler. You know what I mean? No joke. That makes them money. And that's what I'd rather have happen, Get them the story, and then it's always fun for us to watch. So we'll see, man. May the best team win, like I said. I don't think the Yankees are going out without a fight, to be honest. I just think, I told you a while back, I don't think either team is good enough to sweep the other. I don't. It's so hard to do, and both teams are just so good. And the Dodgers will need another pitching performance tonight I think it's a bullpen game tonight, though. For the Dodgers to be really effective. And, of course, you need to score the runs first. You need to take the crowd out of it. That's the biggest thing. Crowd's going to be in it from the jump. Yeah, it's still undecided for the Dodgers because it's a bullpen game against Luis Gil. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for the likes, the love, the donos. Remember, we will be live tonight, so don't think we're not. We will be live. Just it might be 15 minutes later. So check in a little later if it's not normal. It just depends on what's going on with the game. Because I do want to watch the game. It is important to me. It is possibly the last game of the year. We'll see. May the best team win. So other than that, thank you for the likes, the love, the donos, the thumbs ups. They work and they're free. On behalf of old Stink Bomb, who's asleep over there on the computer, and myself, we're out of here for now. I'll see you guys later tonight.
This party is officially over.
Yeah, you guys. I'm a king.